on right now. Yeah. No, it's a good chapter though.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think.
I kind of skimmed through it before I started the stream just to get like a little bit of a refresher on it, because it starts with the stuff with Zoro and the sword.
Yes, Enma,
which was really good.
Yes, it was like Zoro's expression when he says like, "Oh, so if I master this sword, I'll be stronger." Like, because it was like, it was intense, but also maybe it was just me, but I saw a little like wariness there. Like it was, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
Well, it's also like, yeah, there's also like the excitement that like
yes,
him and Sanji get over. Well, especially he gets over training.
Right. So I'm looking forward to see more of that.
Yeah, well, it's nice because everyone knew that Wano would be the Zoro arc, but because it wasn't like as immediately heavily centered on Zoro, I think in the same way Whole Cake was
with Sanji.
There was like
right?
a lot of
or
was with Sanji. Right. It's like now that like we are starting to get to like a little bit more of the obvious Zoro stuff, it's really exciting.
Because it is like because he might not have his sword, or he'll I don't know what because he's probably gonna leave Shisui, righting the wrongs but that happened with Ryuma, maybe. But will he keep Enma? I have no idea.
Right.
Because he could be using. I think I did hear a theory that Zoro will maybe even use all 3 Kitetsu swords. The idea being that they're all swords that I could also see it just being Kitetsu 2 and 3 and Wado, the Kuina's sword, because the idea was that if he uses Ryuma's and Odin's sword, he's using swords that he didn't make famous. So the idea is that if he uses the Kitetsu, the cursed swords, is that he's using swords that he's making famous, so making his own legend, which that seems fair.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Also, another one I saw is so before Act 1, we got Luffy's bounty reveal as an emperor. Before Act 2, we got Blackbeard's bounty reveal as an emperor. So 5 emperors, 5 acts. Maybe we're gonna get the rest of them. Because
oh yeah, that
would be very.
I forgot we don't know their bounties.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I also had the follow-up ideas. Maybe after Wano we'll get Dragon. So it's that just feels very endgame.
Oh, that would be really cool.
Yes, because that just feels very endgame to me. Because he's been holding off on these bounty numbers for so freaking long. I remember learning about the emperors when Garp was talking about it back in fucking high school. So it's to finally learn their bounties and the most wanted men in the world. Basically is very much Oda's finally gearing up for the end, because he's been very holding these numbers close to his chest for so long that to reveal them all in this arc would be great, because that's what
I'm also curious to see their bounties, because they're obviously the most wanted people in the world, but it also feels like at a certain point the Marines know okay, we can't even fuck with them,
right?
You know what I mean? As soon as Shanks showed up in the Paramount War, the Marines were okay, we actually have to back off.
Yeah.
Which, normally would think the government, when wanted people show up, they try to go for them, right? Because that's their job.
Right.
So that's what I'm curious to see their bounty. See how high is the bounty of people that the government almost refuses to actively pursue.
Yeah, and when they do, what they did with Whitebeard, and it was they literally had to make a whole war to do it. So it's just not something you can really commonly do, right? I'm definitely looking forward to next chapter if we would find out another Emperor bounty. Because I also wonder if maybe it'll go from lowest to highest, because it started with Luffy and now then Blackbeard, who are
he has the blue
one.
thing. Does that mean we were able to capture him now?
You mean the lion? No, no, it's not flat enough.
Oh, okay.
But good looking out though. So what else from the chapter? Oh yeah, I was at work yesterday, and I thought I was thinking about the chapter again, and then the part where how the last page talked about how the war is going to change the fate of the world is coming to a start, and I just it's finally set in, and I just was Jesus fucking Christ, because that's big.
Yeah, it's it definitely is, I think, something that Oda is pushing towards more endgame than I think
some people might be realizing, or...
Yeah, like, I definitely didn't think at the beginning that this war would be... You know what I mean? Like, I know it's called the Yonko Saga, but I didn't think, you know, even at the beginning, like, Big Mom would show up, you know?
Right, right.
I thought that would be, like, a later time that we get them.
Yeah, but he is, yeah, so, because, like, yeah, this one's gonna be, well, because, like, if you think about it, like, Oda's numbers might not be that far off compared to, like, when he was saying it's 5 years away back in East Blue, like 20 years ago. Yeah, One Piece will take about 5 years total. The wrongest thing a man has ever said.
Well, I think my favorite thing about that is that it would have been if he hadn't thought of the Shichibukai.
Yes, that's what he said. Oh, fuck.
But I mean, there's also like the whatever he said that like originally the plan he had was that the Going Merry would go away like years before it did.
I think, or I don't know about years, but I remember he was planning it in Skypiea. Because he teased like, oh, well, Straw Hat will die in Skypiea or something like that for the magazine, but that didn't happen because it was moved to Water 7.
Right.
So that's what I remember at least. And then what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so.
Oh, well, I was gonna say.
Or go on, because I was gonna like.
I was gonna say, well, it showed them training, so I'm really excited to see. Because like every time because like this is the first time.
Oh, he's ready to be caught because he's limping.
Okay, cool.
So I gotta, or you got the easy, or do you want to lay the trap or shall I? Because we have the easy traps.
You can do it because you're faster than him.
Okay.
Or you're already farther.
Get your trank bombs ready too. Because after a trap, you only need 2. So like how I usually do it is, me and my friend both drop one. So like when we're synchronized, we both just pop one down and it's immediately caught. Though here's the thing, because trank works just like status conditions, which I guess I haven't explained to you, but like. How I heard them described is status conditions work like you're filling up like a bucket, basically. So it's like, say you have a bucket and you're filling it like you have a paralysis weapon, so you're filling it with paralysis. When the bucket fills, that's or that actually triggers the status condition. But then it slowly decreases over time. My tranks.
It's only replace it.
Drop a okay, I got it.
I have to drop it over here. Okay. It wasn't letting me drop it.
Well, I already dropped the trap, or someone did, but then,
yeah.
Alright, we're good. We're good. I was just like frantically going through my items trying to find trank bombs. But anyway, so what was I saying? Fuck, I forgot.
You're talking about the items.
So basically, if you can drop 2 trank bombs and then like there's like a small grace period where you can lure the monster into the trap and he'll be caught immediately. Because he'll still have the trank status effect even though he's not in a trap, and it does decrease over time. But there is a period where you drop 2 tranks and the trank status bar is filled out. It doesn't do anything because he's not in the trap, but then he gets in the trap and he goes. So it's like there's some situations where I've done that just because like sometimes the monsters can be bitches about getting into the trap, assholes.
Yeah.
Baroth's pretty easy because he just charges forward.
Just about them training. When was the last time we actually saw that the Straw Hats were training? Was it time skip or?
It would have been time skip, I think, because like I don't think we've seen like Zoro exercising in the background, or I mean, you could kind of talk about like Luffy and Katakuri, but even then, that's like not quite.
Right, that's growing in a fight. That's not necessarily training. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, because like. I guess maybe you could say, oh, well, if they were training on the boat, like on the Merry, it would have been, the last time they were all really on the Merry like that and not, like, injured would be, like, Punk Hazard to Dressrosa or something.
Yeah. Also, did you talk to your bounty guy to get the new set of bounties, or already?
I'm on my way.
Because I only just did that, so you might have already done it, though.
Well... I had bounties left over from last time.
Okay, yeah. Well, because I haven't logged in a while, so like almost a week. So yeah, I just realized. But you've probably already done it. So, all right, ready to do Anjanath or?
Yeah. I want to pick my bounties, so I'm gonna grab ones that I actually think will do. You wonder when Chopper will get an arc?
I would love that.
I don't know.
But
I would love that too. I think the problem with like all these like other characters getting arcs is like Oda might skip ahead, right? Because like the idea was that like whenever Vegapunk shows up, that's when we get stuff for Frank.
Yeah.
When they get to Raptel with the Poneglyphs is when we get stuff for
Robin.
Robin.
Once they get all the road Poneglyphs, maybe you'll have Nami too, because she's a navigator.
Right.
Brooks got some weird shit. Like he said some cryptic lines on Whole Cake Island that I noticed, or that I was pointing out to rereading it, and it's just like, Brooke, what the fuck?
No. Like, so I have no idea when Brooke will get his shit, but then like, everyone always like, we'll go to Elbaf, and that's when Usopp will get his arc. I was really worried when I thought there were 5 years left. I got really worried with the thought that the end of Usopp's arc, like, and large amounts of screen time would be Dressrosa. And that actually made me really sad.
Yeah. So yeah, and so it'd definitely be like great. Like I'd love to have that for like what Sanji got in Whole Cake Island, but for all the Straw Hats. But also like, is that even feasible?
I just don't think there's time. I think that like obviously there's time for it because he can make it as long as.
Okay.
Okay, I'll cancel.
I already canceled.
All right. Then I won't cancel.
Good.
Yeah, like I think there is time for. I don't know. It's like obviously there's time because Oda can make the manga as long as he wants to, right? Mm-hmm. But I also think at like the same time, he's obviously not going to make it super long. And like obviously some characters like Jinbei is not going to get an arc outside of what he got basically in Fishman Island and Whole Cake. I don't think.
Well, see, it's like because Jinbei, Brooke, and Frankie are a little weird because they don't have childhoods yet. Like we haven't seen their childhood flashbacks if they have any. So it's like, are we gonna get more exploration there? I don't know.
I feel like with Frankie, we've gotten what Oda wants to show for his back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. Like if we don't see anything from Frankie, that's like okay, yeah. Though Brooke, I mean, because
Brooke has so much more they could show.
Yes, because he's got like he was with the government at one point, like the police in the West Blue, I think, or something like that. And then his whole childhood like is a possibility. So lots of options.
Yeah, Brooke is someone I want to see a lot more for. I think Frankie will just get stuff with him with Vegapunk.
Yeah, that's fair. Because Vegapunk also deals with because Frankie's big thing in Water 7 was responsibility, and Vegapunk also feels like he's like perfect for exploring that idea. Because he's like he's been giving these weapons to the government in exchange for so, and he was trying to help his home village. So yeah, it's like the idea is there.
Yeah, I also think there's just like definitely a Oh, by the way, we can just go right to him. I've fought him so many times. I have the trail directed to him now.
Yep.
So, you don't have to worry about waiting for me to hunt him. Like I know exactly where he is. But like, I also just think it makes sense to put Frankie with Vegapunk since they both do like similar kinds of work.
Yeah,
I guess I could see maybe Chopper, but
yeah, because like I said, I have no idea about Chopper. Because my thing is I want to make videos on all the Straw Hats at some point, but some of them it's really difficult. Like I do have a Zoro one coming. It's only 7 minutes long. So it's like half the length of my Usopp video. Even though the Straw Hat's been around. No, he's only been around for slightly longer, I guess. I do have a Sanji video in the works, and one on both Zoro and Sanji, which I've talked about before, I think. But the thing is like with Robin, I already kind of talked about her arc in Enia's lobby back on in the
We Are Family video.
Right, the Beyond Blood one, right? Because that one is
that's fun.
Yes, and then Nami, see, I feel like I've talked about her idea, because she also has I also talked about her a bit in Beyond Blood, and her idea is also present in this self-sacrifice video, and I don't quite have as much to say. She's got a lot of good, she's good. Nami's very good, but I just don't think I have enough to say about her specifically for a video. Frankie, I could, but Matthew has said she wants to do a video on the hit Frankie stuff in Water 7. Brooke, Brook, I could do another really potentially short one talking about the like thriller arc because he contrasts with Moria and stuff with the grief. Because like Brook was, both Brook and Moria lost their crew, but Brook was able to like willing to make new connections where Moria made zombies because they're expendable and he doesn't want to lose again. Like, oh god, I'd love to see more. Poor Moria with what happened fucking after Act 1. Like,
oh my god, yeah.
That honestly pushed Moria like higher up my thing with villains or with One Piece antagonists because it's like, how many fucking characters are we gonna see single-handedly charge into the territory of an emperor because one of their comrades might be in danger? Like, it's such a Luffy thing to do, and it's so good, and it's from Moria, the lazy piece of shit. I love it.
By the way, I don't know if I've asked you this. Just sorry, really quickly. Who do you think your favorite antagonist in One Piece is?
I mean, it's probably a toss-up between Katakuri and Doflamingo, because like Katakuri, like that fight is literally my favorite fight in anything ever because it's like how much. Well, it's also personally important because it's like that's around the time where I really started to dig into One Piece because like I was doing the Curious Cat and people were asking me questions all the time. And I realized, wow, people have issues with Whole Cake Island, even though it's like the best arc so far. It was one of them, and then I reread it like 3 times, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is my favorite arc so far. But then Doflamingo again, Doflamingo I think is really interesting. Hody and Moria are also up there, even though they're kind of disliked in the fan, like especially Hody, because like Hody, I think I just think he's really interesting. Like, I have someone on my server, I think I mentioned, who he just sent me a thing with some interesting points on him. So I definitely can't wait to talk about Hody in a video. Oh, that was the other thing. That's what we were talking about. See, Crocodile's really good too, but he's not as recent, I guess, for me, even though I did reread Alabasta, but I reread Alabasta and then I reread the rest of the story after Alabasta. So Crocodile's very good though. Buggy's also good. He's funny.
I love that he's a Shichibukai. It's so funny to me.
Dude, yeah, no, I can't. Buggy. Oh. And if you talk antagonists, Smoker's also great. I love the Marines are like I did my Marine video recently, and the Marines are honestly my favorite like villain group in fiction. Like you got because there's so many good ones. Like I like and I like a lot of them, and I think the way they contrast each other is really interesting. I don't know. It's just like One Piece has a lot of antagonists to like, and it's also like I do like what was that?
That's it. It has a lot of really good ones.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, that's cool. And then anyway, as I was saying, like I do videos on every like I'd love to have a video like relevant to every arc, like major arc, and a video relevant to every Straw Hat. So it's like I have a Luffy video, I have a Zoro one coming, I did a Usopp already. Nami not likely so far, which is sad. Then Sanji video coming. Chopper, I already said Robin might be hard. Frankie, Mathwiz might do. Brook, maybe. Jinbei, I guess like if I do a Fishman Island one, that would be considered a Jinbei video, but it depends on what I talk about. And then, what was I gonna say? Chopper, I feel like I already said everything I have to say, or most of what I have to say about him at this point in my growing up video, because he was the one who, like, he's the most kid of he's like the youngest on the crew. He was like 2 years like younger than Luffy, so like him growing up is really really fit that video, and like the comparison between his arc on Thriller Bark and what he does with Mocha on Punk Hazard was really important for that whole idea. So so that's like the closest thing I have to a Chopper video. So it makes me sad that if I'm not gonna be able to get to say do one on everyone, but
I think by the end you will.
I hope so. Yeah, like if they all get like Whole Cake Island level shit, then yeah.
Yeah.
Because Whole Cake Island was great, and I really haven't discussed I discussed Sanji's character a little bit in the Beyond Blood video, I guess, but like rewatching it, I didn't actually say that much, and I'm like, wow, there's so much more to say about his arc. And
yeah, I feel like that video you talked, it was way more about Luffy Katakuri than it was about
because I definitely talked a bit about the Sanji pudding stuff, but it wasn't that big. So
well, I think like the Sanji pudding stuff is good, but that's nowhere close to like the big, I don't know, Sanji stuff from like you know, obviously a large part of it is like the relationship Sanji has with his family, which is like so good at the end when he
like I
puts on like the.
Oh yeah, and now he has. I have the the Wano context to talk about, which obviously I couldn't have back before. Well, because like I really like the German suit, or maybe is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the fact that he wore it. It was really good.
Yeah, and he even says like I shouldn't be so like. There's a difference between, and I really like that Sanji has. There's this nuance to his arc, but it's like Sanji like having personal integrity and Sanji being stubborn. Like they're very closely intertwined. Like, you know, they're very similar, but like the difference is like, sorry, like his integrity is like him, like his code. Like it's not in his code to be a dick to the Minsmokes or like dislike them, you know.
Right.
So it's like it makes perfect sense that he used this the suit, even though he doesn't like them, because yeah, he was averse to it, but then it's like, no, if I can help people with this, then it's good, and he has.
Oh, nice! I poisoned him. Holy shit!
Oh no, it's
so smart.
The poison cups. Or did you do that? Or did you knock them?
Yeah, I did it, and then he just walked into it. That's what I was saying. I was smart.
Yeah. No, I like that shit. Yeah, and I definitely want to talk about, like, yeah, the Bean Smokes thing, because Judge's whole thing where he he's so obsessed with the legacy that, like, of course he would hate someone of the blood who he doesn't feel is worthy, you know, like, because he himself doesn't want to let down his ancestors. So it's like he hates the parts of Sanji he sees both himself and what he doesn't want to be. So Judge is more interesting than I thought until I reread it. And then Reiji also frames Sanji's thing really well, because she's like, there's a thing where they're talking about the country broccoli when they're first introduced, and Reiju mentions like something about half-hearted kindness, and I definitely feel as though, like, you know, that Oda's framing like Sanji's sacrifice thing there, where like Sanji sacrificing is like, oh, you did something nice for, like, with Reiju, it's like she helped him out, and she was like, yeah, don't think any of this, I'm just, you go. But then Sanji's like, I will die for you. Like, he's literally that picture, the weird deer getting fed, you know, the one, like,
yeah.
like someone does something like just minor to him, and he's like, I owe you my life, and Reiju's like, that's this whole arc, is Reiju basically saying, shut the fuck up, no one, like, and fucking, you know, stop with the half-hearted kindness, because, you know, like Luffy did kind of say it back on Baradier, where it's, you know, Zeph didn't save your life so you could throw it away, and that's kind of what Sanji was doing.
Because Sanji's so unused to any kind of kindness in his life that when he gets anything, it's almost like he makes it a bigger deal than it is.
Exactly, and it's so, like, because to him it is everything, so he thinks, like, I guess maybe he thinks that to everyone else it must be everything too, so, and it's so, right. When, like for Luffy is a great example, because for him, being super kind is nothing, like, he, you know, to him, saving Otama's village with giving him a bunch of food by fighting an evil tyrant, and, like, bringing down the Wrath of Kaido is, like, that's the same as getting a rice ball. You know, because for Luffy, it's just obvious to him. So it's like,
because Luffy almost, it's not that he doesn't care about what happens to others, but that, like, his motivation is very rarely, how is this going to impact other people? Yeah,
Luffy, I love is because he's like, because I especially love how he reacted to, like, Kobe and Shirahoshi, where he's like, I hate you, but at the same time, like, especially when they were able, like, willing to fight for themselves, so obviously fight for them. And then, like, the other thing is, like, you know, Luffy obviously thinks about himself first, but, and it's, like, it's not that he doesn't do good, but, you know, like, I think people confuse selfless actions with selfless motives, because, one way I heard Luffy described perfectly is like, if, you know, so he has the voice of all things, he can hear everyone and everything, but he's definitely the type of person who would save someone because they were being too loud and annoying. Like, stop crying, fuck, I'll stop, or something like that. Like, that just felt
right.
Like, yeah, he's the hero, but, like, ultimately it's because it's for his sake. You know, like, again, like, with the reason he has to help someone when he does an arc is because he's not gonna, you know, it's not that he's, like, getting anything out of it, it's that, like, he's repaying a debt, you know, because he doesn't.
Yeah, well, it's also, there's the, like, Luffy just likes fighting strong people. Oh, I didn't carve his tail. I'll come back.
So,
like, there's the one, who says it? I think Zoro says it, There's a part, I think it's in Ainz Lobby, you'll probably remember where.
It's Fishman,
where he says to Luffy, he's
on.
like, you're the best at finding the strongest people and fighting them or whatever. And like, I love that line because it's so true. It's like, they'll get somewhere, and it's not even always just the captain. Luffy will just immediately go for the strongest person, you know? Same thing in Wano, where Luffy's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go punch Kaido. Like, but like, I think one of my favorite lines in terms of characterization for Luffy, and Zoro has it too, and I got mad.
And that's what I thought you were gonna say first. Go on.
Yeah, it's in Fishman Island. Well, and I saw people like making fun of it or not making fun of it, but they were talking about it as like it was just a comedy moment.
No,
like
as if comedy
like,
can't be like meaningful.
Yeah, it's like, do you not understand that that's like the most meaningful, like one of the most meaningful pieces of characterization I think that both of them have gotten. Which I should explain for people who don't know. It's the line that Luffy has where he says that he doesn't want to be a hero because heroes share the meat with everyone. Luffy wants all the meat.
Yeah. And Zoro says the same thing with alcohol, and it's like, oh, you're gonna get. Oh no, you're good.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, because usually he like knocks you around when he does that when he goes through the little tunnel.
Yeah.
But no, it is super good because Luffy, like again, Luffy primarily things was like I think. Someone tweeted, I saw, maybe it was a subtweet, maybe it was just completely unrelated, but it's like, I guess it was supposed to be, it felt counter to my self-sacrifice video, because I was talking about how One Piece is a story of selfishness, like the Straw Hats aren't going to like, help Luffy because they're like good people, it's because they want to do things themselves, and like, being on the Straw Hats is the best way to accomplish that, you know? So,
right. I mean, they're pirates, right?
Like, you know, they're ultimately
and like
accomplishing their goals first, and it just happens to be like half the goals go to Raftel, like, so it's like it just happens to suit all their interests.
And I mean, that's not to say that they don't legitimately care for each other and that they won't put themselves on the lines for each other.
Yeah, but it's also framed as negative when they throw away their dreams for the like when Zoro like it was a great moment on Thriller Bark when Zoro sacrificed himself and threw away his dream to try and save Luffy. But at the same time, like, it was ultimately a negative because of how what happened in Sabaody. Like, that arc went worse because Zoro was wounded from his sacrifice. Like, or how I put it is, I think I put it, I forget where I put it, but maybe it was a different video. But sacrifice is a short-term solution for a long-term problem. The long-term problem is that they were all weak. So yeah, Zoro sacrificing himself on Thriller Bark, it like made up for it in the short term, but what happened in the long term? He was too weak on Sabaody to fight their strongest enemies, and they all suffered for it. So it's like, yeah, and then the moment that I was going to talk about was the Amazon Lily, because it's like, Boa Hancock gave Luffy the choice of save Margaret, or I'll turn Margaret and the girls back to flesh, but I won't, or I'll give you a boat to where you go. And Luffy, without hesitation, let's Boa bring back Margaret and them, and it's because it's like, if you know anything about Luffy's personality, like, he doesn't lose anything from that, because he failed to I was reading a post. There's a great Tumblr by someone who does like, it's called One Piece Backgrounds, where they go through basically the manga practically panel by panel and point out the little details that Oda does, because he's like, he honestly, like, we were talking about Jump Artists the other day, but I think as far as like small details go, Oda is unmatched. Like with the background.
Oh yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Yeah, and because like you look through the backgrounds and like the fucking background characters have unique designs and little thing, like someone pointed out like, oh, this guy just has a little bandage, and then the tattoos. I don't know, but anyway, so they were writing about that. They had and they were talking about Luffy's during the Arlong fight, Luffy's problem solving skills, where it's like, yeah, he tries stuff and it doesn't always work, but then he tries something else. And you can also see that on Amazon Lily, because he tried to build a boat, it didn't work, so he tried to, I better talk to the highest ranked person here, and maybe they'll give me a boat. And, you know, so he tried that, it resolved in the whole climax. Like, just because Boa said she wasn't going to give him a boat if he saved Margaret, doesn't mean Luffy's going to stop trying, you know? So it's like, he doesn't lose anything for saving Margaret. And so, like, it's not like, it's not, it's a selfless action, but there's not really a selfless motive behind it. It's more of like, this doesn't really trouble me at all, so of course I'm going to do it, you know? Because that's Luffy. So, I don't know, Luffy's such a well-written character. Like
Right. Well, it's like I was saying the other day. It was your side about how like I think that like Luffy isn't necessarily my favorite character in One Piece, but I think all of the best moments of One Piece happen basically because of him.
Yeah, and I think I replied to that mentioning a what Oda said back on in an interview at some point where it's like Luffy's the perspective because like he wants to tell Shanks' story and Dragon's story and Garp's story, and Luffy's a connecting thread to all these characters. So it's like through Luffy he gets to talk about all these other characters he wants to talk about. Because that's the thing is like yeah, the Straw Hats are super important, but the story has basically never left Luffy, you know. So it's ultimately his story.
Right. Sorry, I'm fully upgrading my Anja armor because I'm actually completely able to do that.
So did you finally got the pelt?
Yeah. I got the 3. I got the 2 pelts I got the 2 pelts I needed from carving and 1 for beating it. So I'm fine.
Nice. Do you have enough to make the hammer still?
I should, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna upgrade my armor a little bit too. So
so I have fully upgraded Anja armor. So
what's your defense?
136.
Okay, cool.
And it was like barely 100 before, so I feel like I don't know enough about how big the number, like what kind of number jump is big in Monster Hunter, but I feel like that's kind of a big jump. Oh yeah, I can make the fire hammer. Nice. Good shit. You hate when people treat that like it's a flaw? So dumb. What are you talking about? Sorry. And Manji. Like, what are you saying is a flaw?
Okay, I guess we have different maxes because I just upgraded my Tobi Kadachi helm to just the helm, by the way. The rest, so it's like the rest of my armor has 20 defense apiece, so my total defense is 129. So I almost have as much defense as you because from fully upgrading my helm. So I guess
yeah, my should I upgrade my charm?
Well, what level is your armor?
4. I can't upgrade past 4.
Okay, yeah, my Tobi Kadachi helm is level 17.
Yeah, so I probably have
a cap on your armor level.
Yeah, I should probably find it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I just like, I'll fully upgrade it, and then it's like, oh, I almost have as defense as you already. So, like, if I fully upgraded my armor, I'd have.
I didn't realize the Anja armor is cool. I didn't realize it had a cape to it. Holy shit, this is the best armor. Oh my god, it's so good.
I need to admire your character because I haven't really seen it. Like, there's an NPC walking around, but I want to see it on a character. So what are we doing next? Because again, as always, I'm down for anything. Like if you want to get a new weapon, or Vindy. Are you there? Something wrong with me? Okay, now I can hear you.
Sometimes in Discord my mic fucks up and I just have to unplug it and replug it.
Okay, yeah, now I can hear you. So I was like, what the fuck's going
on? Sorry, no. So I got I think I'll just keep doing main stuff for now. Like.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, on Engine Death Armor should be able to last you a good while, maybe even to the end of low rank. So actually, it should, yeah.
Especially if I, you know what, I might instead actually go really quickly grab see if I have an armory quest to upgrade my armory.
Okay. Yeah, that's that's all. Yeah, like I said, I think I said last time, like anything village requests or like, you know, for cooking ingredients, like you definitely want to do that stuff.
Yeah, I have an armor one.
Also, I'm checking the chapter again to see if there's anything I haven't said yet. Because I talked about that.
Yeah, I have an armory one, so I'll just do this really quickly.
Oh, I had a great idea because we got Kinemon was talking about like the numbers of like, I think it was like 30,000 versus 4,000, you know, and then they got like the 200. So I thought it would be awesome. So like going forward into the arc, the Straw Hats, you know, they're gonna fail the Fire Festival. Like what? It's Act 3, and they're
right.
And
like they're gonna
we're
gonna go and
beat
get shit
Kaido.
on.
It's Act 3. The villain always triumphs in the middle. Like that's just how stories work.
Right, like they'll go in, lose to Kaido, probably get out, but then like realize, oh shit, Big Mom's there too, and have to call in more reinforcements.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna. I might not be. Well, because like is this gonna be where the Luffy Alliance shows up? But basically,
God, I want this trial.
The idea I had was that like, cause it would basically match, cause Hawkins has this whole thing where you know he looks at the numbers of things, and it's like, obviously that's completely antithetical to the themes of One Piece, because the whole point of One Piece, you try and you keep, you know, even if the odds seem low, because you know you might always have that. You might succeed. You don't know until you've tried it.
Right.
Where Hawkins is very much a character who like he's too afraid to do that because he has his numbers and stuff. So like someone had an idea like maybe during the final conflict, like Hawkins keeps checking his numbers and like, oh, it's like Luffy. Yeah, Luffy has the chance to beat Kaido isn't 0, but it's still abysmally small. But then it keeps going up as they keep fighting, and because you know, of course it does. Like if you still don't stop trying, you never lose the option to try, or you know, the success is never impossible. So I thought of like. Another way to see that might be with the numbers, where it's like it might even start out with something like insanely low, like 1 versus 300,000 or something like that. But the number keeps going up. Like, oh, Luffy frees more allies. You know, the Dressrosa Straw Hat Alliance comes in. Basically, all that kind of shit. Basically, like stuff like that, and the number keeps going up, basically, and until it actually becomes like reasonable that they could beat Kaido, and that would be like really cool as far as the climax goes.
Yeah. No, I feel that. Man, I was thinking about on the way. I'm mad now because I was thinking about things on the way home from work, and not even just with One Piece. I had some like things because I have like a 50 minute drive home from work. So you know, I just like listen to music and think. And I had some things I thought of. I was like, oh, I want to talk about this in the stream. I was like, these would be interesting like things to talk about, and now I can't think of.
I'm having that too, because like I was gonna check this, because I was reading the chat and I was like, oh yeah, there's something to talk about right off the bat, and I forget what it was, if we already talked about it already or not. So I'm like, shit, I guys gotta double check the chapter again. But I'm excited
that we saw them all training, because I feel like if there was another arc, like I definitely think there's gonna be an arc where even like Sanji will get a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like. I think a lot of characters are going to get fights in this arc. Like, closer to, like, Dressrosa. Although hopefully not with Sanji jobbing to Kaido, like he jobs to,
Sanji could use a break, yeah.
Do I have a theory
for how Kaido? Bullshit. And Sanji has gotten the best character exploration, but,
Right. Okay, so I have my theory for how Kaido's going to get defeated, and it's really out there, but I love my theory so much that I'm going to bring it up every time because I want it to happen really bad. Which is, I know Craftsdwarf knows this. I think that it's possible Kaido's immortality comes from the same fruit Law's is. And so this arc is going to have Law doing, like, sacrificing himself to do the reverse of the immortality surgery on Kaido so that Luffy can become the what do you call it? The Pirate King? And, like, there'll be, like, a thing of him, you know, passing on his will onto Luffy. And then the Heart Pirates will join the Straw Hat Fleet at the end of it.
Oh, yeah, and that's... Because you reminded me about, like... Because, I do wonder if, like... You know, Marco obviously isn't going to show up, but there's still the possibility of Whitebeard pirates showing up, I suppose. That would be pretty cool, like allies.
Yeah.
That depends on what Edward Weevil's deal is. So, I don't know. Like so much.
I feel like there's a lot of characters. Like Law is obviously gonna get more stuff in this arc, and that's stuff that's been teased super hard already.
Yeah, well, because the implication seems to be that he's the traitor, or he betrayed the Straw Hats. Like Orochi was talking about. Oh, here, I know all this information. Hiyori's alive, etc., etc., etc. So he's, you know, there's been a leak. But then right after that panel was, oh, look, Law being sneaky, you know. So that I wonder if maybe it's supposed to like, because like the other theory is that Carrot is the traitor who, because there was a mink who helped Jack find Zoe. So, and people are thinking Carrot because like a lot of people were doing the posting the panel of her just having a neutral expression over the grave of Pedro.
I don't know if I would call her expression neutral.
Okay.
I would have called it like determined, but I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, no, well, because like, okay, I don't know. Did you hear about the Viver cards? The color?
No.
Okay, so basically every like Viver card is colored based on their group. So I don't know all the colors because it was only brought up in relation to Carrot. But Zoe's characters are like green, and the Beast Pirates are like a kind of yellowish green, and Carrot, like it's not a misprint. Like they checked others like too. Carrot's shade is somewhere in between those two.
Oh.
Yeah. So as if she's both a mink and a beast pirate. So that's very suspicious.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, there definitely has to be a reason she's still in.
Yes, like she got a lot of focus above most other minks, you know. So
Well, yeah, and the fact that she's still traveling. Some people think it's because she's gonna be a Straw Hat, but I think that's ridiculous.
At this point, like, if she was gonna be Straw Hat, she would have gotten way more to do on Whole Cake Island and Wano, you know? Like,
yeah.
Like, Jinbei is gonna be a Straw Hat, and look what he did on Whole Cake Island. Cool moments. Saved Luffy and Nami from the, you know, he had the breakup with Big Mom. You know, he had of course, the sacrifice, or not the sacrifice, the thing at the end.
Right.
Whereas Carrot, you know, she had a cool moment with the Wulong, but that was honestly mostly I feel like to build up to Peckham's having it, because Peckham's you know, helped Luffy escape the mirror, and that was like
right.
You know, Montdor had a pretty bold claim that not even Gold Roger would be able to make it out. So it's like Luffy needed something. So yeah. All right, let me check the chapter again.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to go back really. Wait, 1 second. Oh. I want to go back because you mentioned like the what did I call it? Oh, the artist like thing where I said that I think that Furodate is the best artist. I just I think like I get it. A lot of it comes down to like personal preference, what people like in art. And I just think the way Furodate shows like emotion on his characters is really, really good. Like the faces he draws when he's like trying, and I also think the way he like he has movement flow through his panels is really good. I think it's sad that nobody reads Haikyuu,
including
because
me. I haven't read Haikyuu, so
like I don't know. Like I feel like even those 2 pages I posted, like those 2 panels I posted, like you can almost feel what the characters are feeling even without the context. You know?
They sure were manga panels. Also, we haven't talked about. I just checked happening on the fucking cover page. Capone is going to Dressrosa. So that's what it looked like to me. So like I don't know what the fuck. Like I don't know what Capone's arc is, or cover page arc is going to lead to, because like the goal is to find Lola. Last we saw her, I think she was on Water 7, or was it Water 7? Yes, she was in the bar with the Risky Brothers talking to Kiwi and Mozu on the cover pages. Like it was I forget after which one it was after which, but yeah. So don't know where they're gonna go, but right now they're on. Let's see, they're in Dressrosa. But okay, that's another thing I realized. It's been a week. What the fuck has gone down at Reverie in a week? Like Reverie should be wrapping up. In fact, like the actual event.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of time has passed and we've heard nothing because Wano is completely locked.
And like the last time we saw Reverie, we saw Sabo and the Revolutionaries underneath the floor, like ready to pop out.
Yeah, and then we heard about them. They did fight the admirals. That was the last we heard about Reverie. Mihawk said they're about to bring up an interesting subject at Reverie. We don't know exactly what that is, so it's like we get Reverie next chapter. Give me another 8 chapters of Reverie, Oda. I'll take a whole like 50. Why not even? Like.
Yeah, Reverie was really fun. I think Reverie was really nice as like a callback because we got to see so many old faces, you know?
Yes, that was what was great. Yeah, we saw everyone. It was so good. Like we saw Dalton be a dork and fanboy over Luffy with the princesses, and then Vivi like bitched at Lucci because Shirahoshi was trying to get captured or was getting captured again, and it was like All these characters from different arcs interacting, and it's so good. Like I just
like it's nice
that was
when
the
you see
moment where
One
it
Piece
really
be a full fleshed out world.
That was the moment where I just saw Vivi like bitching at Rob Lucci, and I'm like, this is actually happening. This is something that's happening in my pirate comic.
Well, yeah, because I feel like One Piece is like I think I mentioned before, like One Piece is its structure is so good for dividing it into arcs, right? Because they have different islands that they go to. But I think there's like almost a negative to it, which is a lot of times because of the way the Grand Line's set up, you'll see characters in one arc and they don't show up in another if they're, like Vivi, right?
Yes,
like she's Alabasta. So she's not really almost important after Alabasta, but Reverie brings all these characters back and makes them important again.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's really cool.
Yes.
Because a lot of times the only times we see them after are in the cover pages. So...
Yeah, it's like, well, because my thing with Reverie is funny because, like, I was honestly, like, I'd been hyped for it ever since I realized that how many, like, what characters were going to be there, like, all the royalty and stuff. And even then, Otis surpassed my expectations because it's like, oh, look, Correa is going to be there. Oh, look, we're going to see Kobe for a second. I was just like, oh, like, I had been hyped for Reverie for ages, It was fun to see the fan base go from Reverie. I want to get to Wano, where we're gonna see Kaido and everything's gonna be constant hype, and and then Reverie ends, and it's like, no, wait, go back to Reverie. Like,
yeah, well, I remember hearing like theories before we got to Reverie that Luffy would somehow show up in Reverie in between Reverie and Wano, and like I wanted that not even just to get like obviously more of Reverie, but like I wanted to see all of these characters have their own individual reactions to seeing Luffy again. Because it's been,
a couple years,
like 2-3 years since Vivi's seen Luffy,
Yeah,
and I would love to see like a reunion between all these characters. So
yes, but yeah, that was my sort of thing with Reverie. It's like not only me being really hyped for it, but then seeing the community their hype grow for it, and then to the point where it's like after wanting to go to Wano as soon as possible because Wano is going to be great, to going like, no, wait, I want more Reverie. Give me more Reverie. It's so perfect. Also, during the chapter, there was a bit where Frankie said that he wants to be able to like port 100,000 men. Oh
yeah.
Wonder if that specific number is going, like, if they're going to need, maybe they're actually going to have 100,000 men by some point. If the whole
do we know how many characters are in the Straw Hat fleet, or how many people are in the Straw Hat fleet?
Well, they have their own ships, so. But it was like,
oh yeah, that's true.
It was a few thousand, like, because Orlumbus has had like several thousand men under his command. So, and of course, the other thing is that they're actually strong. Like, because I thought about the 300 or the 30,000 figure that they're up against, and like Conqueror's Haki could take out quite a few of them. But at the same time, Kaido and Big Mom have their own Conqueror's Haki. So,
yeah, and there's also oh my goodness, there's a big dragon.
Oh wait, oh that's right. You have to see the cutscene or what?
Well, I'm watching a big cutscene about this area or some shit.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was gonna be just like this massive cutscene I had to sit through.
Okay, I was just wondering where the fuck you've been and why there's no quest posted yet.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I was just like, anyway, you were saying,
I don't remember the big dragon that showed up. I lost my train of. I don't know.
We were talking about Frankie and the ships.
Oh, well, like, I think that, like, even when you look at just the Big Mom and Kaido pirates, there's so many strong characters in it already. And, like, there was, like, that scene I saw from the anime where it's, like, there was, like, the Batman guy that, like, blocks Luffy's punch,
Yes, people were memeing about that because apparently Batman is the 6th Emperor.
Well, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, the fact that these other pirate... Like, yeah, sure, Luffy has Conqueror's Haki. So what? He can take out all the really low guys. There's still so many upper level that
like
like
the ninjas that Robin had to face. Like, yeah, she could probably beat up a lot, several all of them in a one-on-one fight, and probably many of them, if not all of them, single hand. Like, if it came to that, like, obviously didn't want to considering the situation, but protecting Otoko and getting out of there herself. But like, the ninjas probably wouldn't be knocked out by Luffy's Conqueror's Haki. Like, that's the thing about Conqueror's Haki is, like, it's really cool, but, like, if Penguin and Shachi couldn't be knocked out by Silver's fucking Rayleigh, then, like, no one important is ever going to be able to be knocked out by Conqueror's Haki, So it's, like,
right.
It's cool, and it's great for dealing with the mooks, but that's about all it can do.
So, quick question. Legiana, should I use Thunder or Fire against him?
I believe Thunder is better, but I'm gonna double check. My 100 notes, because I have all the information.
Yeah, well, I just want to make sure I'm using the best possible hammer. Oh, well,
Thunder.
actually, this hammer has 100. Thunder? Well,
Thunder,
does it matter if my blazing hammer has 100 more damage on it?
yeah, raw. Raw is probably better. So, and he's weak 2 stars to fire and 3 stars to thunder. So it's not like if he was immune to fire, then yeah, the thunder hammer is probably better. But yeah.
Is there a place to eat in this other? Is there like a chef here?
Where? Oh no, are you in the second one? No, but you can get it at the base camp. The handler can cook you food out on the field.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll just do that then.
I'm gonna turn on my light, so give me 1 second.
Okay. Oh, I remember one of the topics I wanted to talk about, and I can segue One Piece into it. Exciting.
I literally couldn't even see my water bottle because it was too dark.
My God, that's terrifying.
I wanted water.
No, it's terrifying that it's that dark.
Well, I just don't like. I don't know. I live in California. It's sunny. I can just like leave my window open and I have light for most of the day. So.
Okay. I guess she can't cook for me. Whatever. I don't care. I'll just do the quest without food.
But you'll starve. Well, yeah, because you've been talking about it too. But it's like you live in Texas. It's hot and the heat sucks. Like.
Yeah.
I literally just like napped for 3 hours today because it was too hot for me to like do anything.
Well, the problem is it's not even just that. It's because also I live in Houston, and we're so close to the coast. The humidity.
Ooh, yeah, that's the. I'm in California, so it's dry as shit. But like, yeah, I don't. It's just like because I live on the second floor, so so the heat rises and it sucks.
I like this fat boy a lot.
Who, Paluma? Yeah.
Yeah. No, see, it's really cold in my room because I'm directly, like, for some reason the airflow in my house is awful. And, like, it's degrees colder in the rooms on the end, and my room's on, like, one of the ends of the house. And so, like, I've had friends over, and we've been, like, in the normal part of the house and walked into my room, and they've been like, wait, it's cold? Like, I'm surprised there's not, like, a little air current at my door, because it's literally you step in my doorway, and it's colder. So, like, and it's funny, because it's worse in the summer, because we have the AC on, and I'm directly under a vent. So when I'm under the vent in the summer, like, it's super cold air blasting directly on top of me.
Okay.
But then, obviously, when I'm outside, it's really hot. But...
So it's nice in your room. See, my room, like, even when we have the air conditioning on, it really doesn't get that cool in my room. So,
No, I have a blanket that I have on my chair always because I get colds, and so I just, like, I need a blanket.
I wish that was me right now.
I've walked out of my room before in, like, pajama pants and a hoodie when it's like 100 degrees outside. Oh yeah, I remember one of the topics I thought about that I thought was really like an interesting thing, which is like I was thinking about it earlier. It's like it's interesting how like people's tastes get like they change as you get older.
Yes.
And like things that you used to like. And I think it's also interesting how like some things though at the same time you always like. Like you've been into One Piece for so long.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's what
but like that's never changed.
Yes. Well, I think that's what because I've been thinking about that exact same thing because it's like when I was in high school I liked One Piece because it was cool and it was funny and like I thought about like Lucci and the Roku the Rokushiki, the 6 forms. They're really cool attacks and so like one of the things that got me like kind of interested in the series before I even read it was Zoro cutting himself for the Kabaji fight and being covered in blood and I was like, yeah, that's pretty metal. Like. And now it's like, oh yeah, but the themes. So it's like, well, that's what, because like even though my tastes have changed, I still like One Piece a lot. Like it's like for me, it's like the most interesting thing to talk about. Like, what do we do here on this fucking stream other than talk about One Piece? Because it's so interesting and good to talk about.
Well, it's like we talk about other things, but then like that tweet what made is 102.
Dude,
One Piece start. It's so
one?
hard.
Or the Endgame one. Or Game Ender.
The one, yeah. The one how once we start talking about One Piece, we literally won't stop.
Even if people are getting
forever.
game ended around us or stuff like that. And then the Inuyashiki one with Hiro too, where it's like,
oh yeah,
are my brother and Bot dead too? And it's like, that doesn't matter. We're talking about One Piece. Where's the lie? No, it was too perfect.
But yeah, well, I think it's interesting the way that like, I don't know, so much of like people's taste comes from like their, because like everyone has that thing. Like, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I first saw Sword Art Online when I was like 15, and it was like my favorite thing in the world for like a couple months. I was 15. Like, what are you gonna do? Tell me I'm not allowed to love Sword Art Online?
Dude, that's a perfect age to love Sword Art Online. But
yeah, it's so interesting.
Well, see,
because then like I watched my little brother, because I was thinking about it because my little brother.
Yeah, you're bullying him for wanting to get into light novels and shit.
No, not wanting to. Well, he really likes Shield Hero, and like his profile picture on Discord's Raphtalia.
Yes, I should notice that.
And he has the he has like 2 or 3 of the Shield Hero light novels already.
Okay.
But I was like making fun of him because he was like, yeah, I want to get more. And like the 2 light novels he says, like, I want to read Goblin Slayer and Overlord. I was like, alright. But then like it was also funny because like when he was younger, like I think like 13, he really liked Sword Art Online as well.
Yeah, okay, so that...
And I remember actually bullying him for that and being like, I bullied him, but I was like, I liked it when I was your age too. And like I got him like the light novels for his birthday one year. You know what I mean? Like
you're still,
I
like,
bullied him about it.
You'd meme on him, but you're still like also like, I mean, because that's the thing is like, because I always thought like, if I had a daughter, I would watch Precure with her once she could read. Because like, oh gee, I wonder if this little girl will like a show aimed at little girls, and I'm like, but I'm an adult and I like it, so it'd be the perfect thing, like, So in that case, like, find the light novel stuff like that you like, and then bond with them over it, So
yeah, well, it's like I'll make fun of him for liking, for his profile picture being Raphtalia and stuff, but like I'll still support it.
Yeah.
Like for his birthday, I'll still, because like the other thing is like I know what it's like to be the only person who
likes something,
is into it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like for like his birthday, I'll get him like light novels, or I remember, I mean he was 13, so he liked it, but I got him the first 2 Sword Art Online light novels, and then a Kiri Tail pop figure.
Nice.
Because it was like, it's like I completely get what it's like to be into something and not have people understand like how to get you gifts or anything based on it.
Okay, yeah, but you're a weeb, so of course you're good at it. Like you get it. Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, it was like funny to me because it was like I almost like can recommend him things knowing that, because it's like it's not about what I like, but it's about the fact that
exactly, you have to like,
because of the age he's at, I know what he's gonna find cool.
Right, and right. So you're not gonna recommend him Tatami. You're gonna recommend him.
I'd recommend him Ava instead, because that's something that I think is better when you're at around that age.
Right, exactly. So, because like I've done that with my parents, because they they like action movies. So I'm like, oh yeah, like I just they like. So I'm like, oh yeah, watch Edge of Tomorrow. Like I'm not gonna recommend them like Waltz with Bashir, even though that's literally my favorite movie. So, but I'm gonna recommend them based on their tastes. So it's like, as much as I would love for them to get into the things I like, obviously that's not gonna happen.
Namaji, I actually think that's fair, because I think Deku gets a lot of hate. I think Deku's a really, really well-written character, actually. I think he gets a lot of undeserved hate.
So how do you feel about My Hero Academia breaking the shonen lead curse by actually having good female characters?
That was... Look, here's my problem with that, right? Is that, like...
Go on.
Like, so even in the anime, it's been 2 years since Uraraka had her last thing. In the manga, it's been 3 years since she last was important. Like, to the plot,
Yeah.
Like, well, because you're not current on MHA.
No, I'm going to try and catch up at some point, but no, I'm not.
Okay, well, so the school festival was the last big thing. She was in the overhaul arc, which is the season 4 arc, but she wasn't important to it. Because,
I don't remember her being there, aside from, like, in the back. Like, I legitimately couldn't tell you the things she did during.
Yeah, she's in the start of it, and then her and the other girl...
Momo?
Are... her... No, it's her, Froppy, and the third year girl, who also doesn't get anything. Just kind of like do their own thing.
Yeah, because what I was gonna say was like, because my whole thing with that is like, because honestly, because I'm not huge on My Hero Academia, it's like, okay, the overall arc has like Mirio, and other than that, it's like a complete emotional flatline for me the whole way through.
Really? So you didn't like that much? You didn't like the Hiroshima fight versus Rappa?
Who was
that's the rock guy.
I explicitly remember not like why am I not feeling anything like.
I was gonna say that's like I think that's actually my favorite part of the arc. Not gonna lie.
Okay, no, I saw some other people talking about that too because there was an argument in my server over Eri, the little girl, because
yeah, because I was part of that because I was mad because
yes.
people said they didn't like her. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mad about that.
Right. So, because yeah, like for me, like I like Mirio and I like the Shigaraki, the moment at the end. Where...
Oh my god, that moment's so good.
Yes. So I am kind of curious about catching up because he's been getting even more focused. But like, yeah, like.
Oh my god, the villain arc was. You will like the villain. It's really fucking good.
That's cool. But yeah, like that's my thing. Yeah. So with me on the whole like idea of My Hero Academia breaking shonen female curse, it's like. I can legitimately say I like Lucy from Fairy Tail. Like, I find her more likable and interesting than literally the entire protagonist female cast of My Hero Academia, like, alone.
Yeah.
So that's me at least. But yeah, no. I don't know. I've just never been super big on Hero Academia. It's fine. It exists.
I think it's weird because I think MHA more so than a lot of other things. I think is super arc dependent. Mm-hmm. I think a good MHA arc is like
really
fucking like a 9 or a 10. Yeah, like my favorite moments in MHA make me think like, man, I really like MHA. But then I think MHA. Oh wait, is that him?
Yes, the wings are clipping through the fucking.
Oh, I thought I had to go up.
Well, I don't know what he's doing. So.
Oh shit. But then like I think like moments in MHA I'm not super big on. I'm like the arc before the current one. Yeah, no, I would say I'm not saying MHA as a whole is a 9 or a 10. I would give MHA like an 8. I'm saying I think the best moments in MHA are like a 9 or a 10.
But the weaker parts are more like the arc is bad or boring or
yeah, the last arc, the arc before the villain arc, it like went on way too long. I would have given like a 5 to.
Ooh, yeesh.
Like, it was just really... It just went on way too long, and there were a lot of fights, like, I didn't... There were some fights that I did care about, but there were some that I really didn't care about. But I think that's probably the worst part of the manga so far.
Yeah, that seems to be the consent... Like, what feels the same way, where it's like, he was ranking the arcs, and it's like... There was, like, yeah, a couple standout ones, and then most of the other ones were the same, and then that one was the lowest easily, so...
Yeah, well, I would give... So season 3 adapted. I don't know if it's a Hero arc anymore, but it adapted the. It adapted the All Might one. Well, it had the One for All 1,000,000%, which is fucking amazing, and then the All Might One for All arc, which is also a great moment. So I don't know. I mean, the problem with MHA is like. My 2 favorite characters are Bakugo and All Might, and when they're in, I think it's good.
Yes,
and
they're good.
Sometimes if they're not in,
you check out.
I just kind of get bored. Yeah.
Oh, what the? Okay, I thought there was like 2 Legianas for a second there.
That was so funny. Because it's like I don't know. I think like. Oh shit. I don't know, like MHA is good. I think it has really good moments, but I don't know. I think sometimes the fact that it does play like the fact that it takes place in a school is like one of the good parts about it and also like one of the things that kind of holds it back sometimes, I think.
Okay. How so?
I think sometimes like cuz like Hori likes to do this thing where he does like a real like he likes to have like an arc that's like villains versus heroes in the real world, and then a school arc, you know?
Yes.
And he likes to, like, alternate between. And I think sometimes the school arcs can be really boring because they're so tight. Because, like, you know, it's not that stakes are everything, but, like, in a lot of the school arcs, there are literally no stakes. And it's, like, because of that, like, the characters don't have as much of a room to grow.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I'm struggling to think of like moments from those arcs that I thought of as particularly memorable, and like, I wonder if I think about the Mineta one, like the one I talked about in my perfect character video as one, mostly because it's like, if I wondered like, did I like that or did it factor into the video? Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Wait, where is he?
He's in the. Look for my blue arrow.
Oh, I didn't realize you were gone. Like, I think like, because I would say that the what is it, the exam arc where like it's everyone doing their midterms and they pair up into groups of two would be actually like not very good. Even though it has a really good moment for Momo, I would say it's not that good if it wasn't for the fact that it the Bakugo Deku stuff was really good because their relationship is really well done.
Because yeah, Bakugo's definitely like he's like everyone who like matters his favorite character. But no.
Yeah, well, it's so funny to me because people like, everyone because people who are dumb, like legitimately are like, yeah, Bakugo's terrible. He's like a worse, like he's just like people don't like him and they're like he's an asshole and it's like okay, but like you're missing the entire point, which is that like Bakugo's an asshole because he wants to win because when he looks at All Might he sees a winner.
Yeah.
So he wants to. And like the current arc is, do you know? Well, I don't know. I don't know if I want to explain what it is. But it's one chapter we got of it is already really good.
What is the current arc? Because I know about the villain arc.
So
I didn't know it was over.
It's another internship.
Oh,
but the
okay.
but the internship is here's the internship. Okay, yeah. It's Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo, and they're interning with Endeavor.
Oh.
So it's like. Just the premise already has everyone like losing their minds almost.
Yeah, because you got the the two who are one to be the #1 hero with the current #1 hero, and also Todoroki with his dad.
Who is it's the 3 strongest in Class 1A. One of them it's their father, and they're with the current #1 hero. And it's also probably the 3 in Class 1A with the most development. It's really exciting.
Cool.
There was already a really good moment where like. Endeavor's like, stay behind and watch, and they're like, no, we can do stuff too. Like,
I forgot I did like Endeavor's little mini arc. That was cool.
I like Endeavor a lot, and it kind of makes me sad that people don't like him just because.
You're not supposed. Maybe you're. That's the. God. People like some people like are definitely like averse to having any positive feelings towards any like villain character. Like I remember there was a great. I think it was a tweet where it's like MHA characters are doing that thing where. It's like, stop glorifying villains or something like that. And then it's like the JoJo fan who is like snorting coke off of Dio's ass is like, excuse me?
Right.
So, because like Dio's like worse, but also like people still love him because I guess JoJo fans are able to not care. Worse than like eviler, obviously.
No. I don't know why people like Dio so much. That's probably a hot take, but
okay,
I think his fight is really good.
I don't know, because like I've been thinking, because like Araki literally explained the fucking point. I'm gonna capture like Yana, by the way, because you're not here yet.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm on my way, but it doesn't
so
matter.
Araki has literally fucking explained the point of Dio, or not Dio, but like his whole series in his because he wrote a book on manga making,
right.
And I own it and I read it, and he's like. He says that like the main theme of JoJo to him is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as a paean to humanity, which is like a song of praise to humanity. And when you think about everything in that lens, like suddenly like everything makes sense. Honestly, because like why is JoJo the antagonist? Because he rejects his humanity. And there's also a real. I'm actually remind me to link it to you in text after or maybe I can go find it while you're watching the cutscenes. It's a text post. I mean, it's called Deconstructing Dio. It's not really about deconstruction. It's Dissecting Dio would have been more accurate. But basically, it's like someone who's paid a lot of attention to Dio's character. Like sometimes they go maybe a bit far in their interpretation, but they still raise a lot of interesting points as to like his character and contrasting him between early Phantom Blood to late Phantom Blood to Stardust Crusaders to the flashbacks in Part 6. And honestly, it made me like way more interested in Dio like as a character. It was amazing. It was a really great read. Or what were you gonna say?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I don't think Dio's a bad character.
Okay.
I just wait. Oh, I think I have a quest already, but I might have to. Okay, whatever. Like I don't think Dio's a bad character. I just like when I look at JoJo's, I think there's villains that like, and I know some of it's like my personal preference. Like, I think there are villains that just like hard eclipse them. You know, like I think Kira is way more interesting. I think Funny Valentine is the best villain in JoJo's.
I'm gonna reread. Actually, should I say it here? I don't know. I'm just gonna say that me and What have a specific idea involving videos and JoJo villains. So I'm not gonna go into details, but that is a thing we're not gonna actually do it until part 6 gets an anime, because obviously JoJo hype's gonna be real. And then it'll be easier to make a video with footage.
Right.
So.
Well, he needs to read part 7 first, since it's actually good and I'll like it a lot.
He's going to, because he did another poll and people voted for JoJo because he advertised it on my server. And like the other things were like quintessential quintuplets and Kaguya. And it's like, do you think the shonen's hearts on my server aren't gonna fucking pick the shonen? Like, what did you expect? What? So
technically, part 7's a seinen.
It starts as a shonen.
No, I know what you're well, like, okay, wait, can you join this quest? I don't know, maybe I have to do the...
I'm going to Asteria, and I'll find out, and I'll let you know.
Okay. I have to search for evidence of Zora Magdaros. So.
Probably not. I think that's a pretty quick quest. If it's the one I'm thinking of, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Because I might be thinking of an earlier one or a later one.
It's like, I don't know. I like part 7 a lot.
I'm still doing my favorites reread and rewatch and stuff. But part 7 I've considered as a 10 out of 10 favorite at one point. So I do need to reread all of JoJo though. So, and I definitely want to because I haven't thought, because I don't think even though there's like a lot of discussion on JoJo and stuff, I don't think they're like really good at like thematic analyses of the series, honestly. Like, even though, like I said, Araki has literally explained what the point is. Right.
Well, I think with JoJo's, people get so caught up into the
goofy wackiness, like, and stuff, you mean?
Yeah, like the goofy wackiness, and also the and also like what's the other thing? Oh, like just the powers.
Yes, the stands.
Like people get so caught up in that
because I
think they just kind of forget.
Like, if they're so focused on like the tactics and the brain stuff, then they're not going to consider the ideological conflict of the
right?
Because that's the thing. It's like I've never really thought about JoJo in that lens either. Yeah.
So. Well, I think that's why people like Kira, and I think that's why people like part 4 and part 7 so much, because the actual like themes and ideological conflict are kind of shoved in your face a
bit. Yeah. Because I would say 7 I haven't read in ages. I feel like, even though I think I've probably maybe it's because I watched part 4 like after I reread JoJo, so it's like it's but because when I think about part 4, I feel like that's the one the part of JoJo I understand the most. Because like it's you got. And again, Kira's talked about a lot too. So like, just think about him and like, because he wants to be normal, but you could say part 4 is part about embracing the weird. Because like the people of Morio, they're all fucking weirdos, and Kira's like the odd one out because he's the one who refuses the weird.
Right. Well, it's almost like every villain is. I almost don't want to say villain because of part 7 and one of the best lines in it. I hope you know which line I'm talking about, because it's maybe my favorite line in the manga. It's so good. But
is it a spoiler?
I don't know. It kind of, but also not really. I don't know. Like, without context, it won't make sense. But like, if you have context,
see and get the SOS flare message, so I can join. By the way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, I almost just want to say it because I don't think it matters. But it's like, okay, I'll just say it. Johnny has a line about how they might not be considered heroes. Like, they might be the villains of this arc.
Yeah.
And so I think like that's kind of like part of why, like, it's hard to say villains, but like, yeah, like all the antagonists are like, in different ways not fully being human.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, humanity winning through.
Yes.
But I mean, I think like Kira, obviously, everything he does is, you know, he just says what like he wants, so it's super obvious, you know, what's actually going on there. And I think in some of the, I think the other problem is as the stands get wilder and the fights get wilder, like most of the conflict, especially when it's not animated, is like
harder to follow.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, it's like a lot of the videos. Okay, I'm fighting Odogaron, I think.
Ooh.
Cool red boy.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have had fire for this.
I think he's not as weak to fire. Let me check his stuff.
Well, he's red, so I assume he has fire.
No. He is weak because he's weaker to thunder and ice.
Okay. Well, I don't.
You can go back.
I need to upgrade my thunder.
You can go back to camp and change weapon if you want.
I don't know if I want to because I might not have to fight him. It looks like we're running away in the cutscene. Because the handler was with us. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I make this joke a lot because it's funny and it's true, but not in the way that I make it, which is that okay, yeah, I'll just go back to camp. Which is like I love making the joke that like Araki doesn't know what the stands do, and it's up to the Colored Adventure team to decide what they do. And, like, obviously that's ridiculous, you know? Like, Araki knows what his stands do. But I think sometimes when you're reading it, especially if you're reading it black and white, it can definitely be kind of hard to follow. Like, I think it gets better with it. Like, I would say part 5 is probably the worst about it, where, like, when I read part 5, there were some stands some stand fights, I was like, yeah, I definitely completely 100% understand what's happening. And then, you know, I also couldn't read part 5 in color, which was part of the issue, but then I was like watching the anime. There's definitely 1 or 2 fights where I was like, oh, so that's how that stand works. You know, and so I definitely understand why there's like most JoJo's content is like explain, you know, there's this YouTube video I love that is it's this guy yelling about how King Crimson doesn't make sense. And he's like, how do you erase time?
Yeah, and he starts yelling and it gets louder. I love so it's funny.
Okay, I'll switch to my Thunderhammer. Okay. And, like, yeah, that's, like, you know, obviously, it is ridiculous. Like, you can't really erase time. But that's the, you know, that's, like, the meme around it. And so, like, I understand why that's what a lot of JoJo's content on YouTube is.
Well, like, honestly, like, I have another post if you want to read it. It basically breaks down the part 6 ending and explains what the fuck is actually happening. Because, like, he doesn't explain it very, you know, much at all. Like, I mean, he kind of does, but you have to, like, you remember those very specific things and look at how they're applying to what's actually happening in the like conflict. So it's like, it can definitely be hard to parse, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I thought that breakdown was really good. So maybe I'll link you that one too, because what was your feeling on the part 6 ending again?
I don't like most of part 6. I like the ending a lot.
Oh, you do like the ending, okay.
So, I don't like Poochie.
Oh.
And a lot of that comes down to I don't like that he has just different stands.
Okay.
Because, like, I don't like, you know, it would have been one thing, I think, if his stand had evolved and maybe lost or changed powers, you know, kind of like how Koichi's does or how Tusk does.
Yeah.
Oh, you can join my quest now, by the way.
Okay.
Or you should be able to.
I'll try.
But, like, I think, like, you know, if his stand had evolved, that's fine. And then I don't think Poochie's badly written. I'm just not a big fan.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, those things I don't like. But I completely respect Araki's decision to reboot the universe. Like, I guess spoilers, but I think most people, I knew that going in. I think most people know that at this point. I think it's really smart, because, like, there definitely was kind of a thing where, like, he relied way too hard on Jotaro, you know?
Yeah. I mean, maybe he felt obligated to because he was so popular, you know?
Yeah. But, like, you know, that was a quick way to completely cut him out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, like, you know, because it's also, he's so strong that, like, you can, like, there definitely almost was a feeling of like, especially with also, Gold Experience Requiem. Everyone makes the joke, where was Giorno in part 6, It's like, there definitely was a thing where like he had almost scaled the power up so much when he was like still, because like I think that a lot of like, not just part 3, I think like also parts 4, 5, and 6 were kind of him figuring out how he wanted to do stands.
Okay.
Because like stands definitely feel like some of the stands I feel like in parts 6, 4, 5, and 6 and 3 even you see kind of used in 7, but a lot of the stands in part 7 are very much, almost like a refinement on the ideas he's been.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And like I think Soft and Wet. I don't know how much of part 8 you've read. I've only read like 20 chapters.
I've read a bit. I've read more than that, but I haven't read it in a while because I read it like I caught up and then I for a while. So it's like, I have it in my memory, but it's also not very fresh at all. So
okay. The last thing I remember reading was Shakedown Road, I think, which I really liked.
Yes, that was a good one.
But like, I think Soft and Wet is like the best main JoJo stand.
It's really like, because like I've talked about it because I do the play-by-post role-play and stuff, and you'll notice that when like, so where people create their own characters and go through storylines and stuff, right. And sometimes I have people where they like I was talking to one person on my server who he definitely wanted like what I would call like an antagonist power, because like for antagonist powers have to be like versatile, really, where antagonists have the free, because they're only going to show up once, so they can be just one very specific thing. Because if you write one very specific thing for dozens of fights, it stops being interesting and easy to like. How do you make a varied fight? Like you would never see like the guy in Steel Ball Run, where he's got like the power where he makes a grid and he swaps things around on the grid. That is.
I was gonna say that is the one fight in part 7 that I think is maybe a little ridiculous and I think all the stands of part 7 really good, really easy to understand. I'm bleeding. Holy shit.
Yes, you can.
I just need to crouch. Yeah.
Or use the Asteria Jerky. Good. You also that already. Yeah, he does bleed, which
that's cool.
You take damage when you run and when you roll. So until you get rid of the bleeding status.
I think what is it? It's like Chocolate Disco. I think is the one stand that's like, okay, you know what? Like Araki, this one ain't it. Like,
but you get my point. It's like that's definitely not a power protagonist would have, because it just doesn't work for fights. In the same way. Like it's very specific. Like a lot of they're like a lot of JoJo fights. They're like puzzles. Figure out the stand.
Yeah.
And die. So it's like once you know the power, it's not that hard to deal with. So.
Right, and that's why the protagonists have very almost like simple powers,
exactly.
Or versatile. Yeah.
Yes, things that they could do a lot of things with. And then they can have many fights with them. So it's like, I forget if I had a point to bring that up.
Lamest fight. I think the actual stand properties of Chocolate Disco are ridiculous and dumb, and I still don't understand it. And I've read that fight 3 times because I want to understand it. And it's the grid, and as you move things on the grid, it's wild, but I actually like that fight just because the entire idea, the point of the fight is to slow Gyro down in the moment, and I think for that stand and kind of the way it works really well for that. Yeah, I agree. I think that stand was cool because of things surrounding it, but I think if we're talking about that might be Iraqi's worst stand, I think.
Well, because I brought it up because part of it is I don't remember. I think that was one of the, like you said, one of those fights where you read it and kind of thing. So
it doesn't make sense. It's ridiculous, and it doesn't make sense. It's not in the same way that King Crimson does, where it's you can't erase time. It doesn't make sense in the way that I don't know. But JoJo's also really interesting because a lot of the stands only work in manga. So there's a. Do you remember the fight in part 5 where it's the guy who tunnels and they're fighting? It's basically Bucciarati's fighting this guy underground, and as Bucciarati's fighting him, he basically makes tunnels underground with sticky fingers.
I don't remember that really well. No.
Okay, so it's a guy who tunnels and it kind of detects sound waves under the ground. It's like a mole guy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going on at the same time as Green Day, which I'm sure you remember.
Yeah.
So in the manga, it just kind of shows Bucciarati will throw out punches and stands are made. So in the when you read it in your head, because I watched part 5 with people who had already read it, and we all agreed that like in our head the way that fight went was like Bucciarati had to constantly punch,
Okay, gotcha.
to like open the thing. In the anime, it's also like the worst episode, like budgetary, because it half of the episode is the same cut of Bucciarati running, and every like 5 steps he throws one punch, and that's how he moves underground, and it doesn't make sense. Because like he's just running underground and will punch once, and he makes a tiny gate, and that's how he moves around, right? And it's like that's the kind of fight where it's like in manga you don't even question it because you only get the panels, but then in the anime, they have to figure out how is Bucciarati chasing this guy who swims underground, and the answer is he just runs against a messy brown backdrop.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, I figured that one.
Wait, which fight's Oasis? Sorry. Funky said people hate Dragon Stream more Oasis. I don't remember which fight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like trying to remember like all the names. It's like for me.
Yeah, like the names. I mean, if you tell me what the stand does, I can remember it.
And I haven't read it in a while. Like it feels like ages, but it probably wasn't as long as I'm thinking. So, because like, okay, I'm gonna say like I love the Nin show. Mathers is great. It's fun to do. Like even watching her suffer through fairy tale. But like. The thing is, I just remembered something. So I just found I think you're in one of the things because basically you have basically what you have to do is you have to go on random quests and stuff and find Zora Magdaros while doing other like I'm next to one right here. So like you need to be gathering these as you like hunt.
Oh, okay.
Because like basically you have to get the bar to full and then you can move on to the main. And they do this a couple times with the Elder Dragons and the Pink Rathian, I think. So there was, you saw where it was. It was just go back and it's just on the left side. Just keep going.
Oh, you're right. Oasis is the fight that I was sorry about. During is the Feng Shui one. Is that that's not the meteor fight because that fight's really good. I think part 6 has some. I understand why What doesn't like part 6, but I don't know. Sorry, what were you about to say? I cut you off.
So yeah.
You cut your.
Yeah, I like doing the Nen show. Yeah, I did cut myself off. But it's like the thing. Like, I don't know why. I just want to keep the series that we're going to read close to my chest. Because like so right now we just finished like the current block. Like we did the big 3, and then we're doing what I'm calling Heaven and Hell, where we start off with like the people voted on what we did first. So. They wanted us to suffer, so we did Mashima first. So we read Brave Master and Fairy Tail, and then we're doing Togashi's works, Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho, then Hunter x Hunter. So like, Mashima is hell, and then Togashi is heaven, obviously. Then we're gonna, I think we're gonna catch up to Boruto because like we also like have a thing where we do ongoing, like Boruto and One Piece are ongoing, so it's like we're not gonna stop reading them just because we caught up to Naruto and One Piece at the time. So. Then we're going to do like the old school block where we do series from 79 and before, so 60s and 70s basically. Then we do 8. Then we're going to do 2 series from the 90s. Then we're going to do 2 series, basically like that for a while. So it's like for the old series, it's like if I, obviously that means there's several series that I can't read on my own because we're going to do them on the Nen show. And I'm also hesitant to even read like other old series. Like, oh yeah, we're not doing this. Like, if I just read a bunch of old manga and I skip like 2 series, like, oh gee, I wonder what ones we're doing on the Nen show. So, like, I mean, so
it's like you don't want to read stuff because you don't want to hurt the Nen show.
Yes, because I've had that where it's like, in fact, during the One Piece one, I was kind of like on Skypiea because like I'd already had the reread and like the amazing experience of noticing more stuff like. The previous year when I was doing the when I did my video, like I reading that arc amazing because there was just so much I noticed that I hadn't thought about before. But then so when I reread it for the Nen show, I didn't notice very much new stuff, so I was just like, yeah, this guy, So yeah, but so I don't want to do that for every series we talk about. But it's also I need to read a lot more. I want to read more shonen stuff. Trying to remember it, but because like it's been a while since I found a new favorite thing. So have I mentioned Plunderer before?
I don't think so. No, mate. I think you talked about it the other day.
Yeah. it's right now like okay, excluding series I need to reread like Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, a few other like it's my second favorite. It's my other favorite manga that I have that's not One Piece right now, excluding stuff I need to reread. Because holy shit, it's like the density of like crazy plot twists and like the series is super planned out. Like there's stuff in the first chapters that like make this like why the setting is like it is that get answered like way later, and it's and then it's also just like fucking brutal at times. It's by the same author as Sora no Toshimono. I think I mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I it made me like really want to read that because I'm like, this guy's a genius. Like I just like it's not like see that's the other thing is like I think because I talk about themes a lot, some people probably get the idea that I only like themes, but like honestly, like I do think the conflict's good and I'm curious to see where it goes, but like mostly like I don't like Plunder because I'm gonna make videos about it. Even though I honestly have like one or two in mind, but it's like it's just like the experience of reading it was just fucking amazing because it's like there's just like constant like after a certain point there's like constant like crazy plot twists. The humor's good, the interactions are fun. The art is pretty cool, and the action and stuff. The power level system is like it's the best one I've seen. Like, because I honestly like. So there's a character she like kicks, so she hates that her military uniform forces her to wear a short skirt because obviously everyone sees her underwear, except the audience doesn't see her underwear. Cause
that's funny.
Except until like there's actually like we see her underwear while she's kicking in a fight during like a fucking character moment, and it's what I actually had to stop reading for like a minute or so because I had to like process that where it's like. The only reason I see this character's panties now is because it's like she's having a big character moment and it's actually like super great and meaningful, and like I was like, what is this real? Am I reading this right now? Right. Oh, that was cool. Did you see the Gyros paralyzed him?
Yeah.
Yes. So like, yeah, no, that was something that happened. Great. And in general, that moment actually, like, because, yeah, it was just a really great read. Like, it was only 50 monthly chapters, but, like, it was basically constant hype and good jokes, and the setting is cool. Like, one character revealed, like, their power level, and it had been, like, the next pages established that this was, like, basically the highest, like, known. Like the two next characters who we hadn't seen like were high-ranking dudes, and their power levels combined were like a bit more than half of this character's had just been. But like when I saw the number, I didn't think like, oh boy, power level number, or I didn't feel like, wow, it's such a big number. I'm so hyped right now. I felt despair because of what that number represented for that character, because of how this the how the setting works and stuff. And I've never like it just then I was also just kind of mind blown because it's like that's not how it's supposed to work. Power levels aren't supposed to make me feel things like. So I don't know. Like I said, the experience of reading Plunder was fucking amazing. I know you have sports stuff in mind, but if you're in the mood for a shonen thing,
well, I'm mad because I had sports stuff in mind and I still do. But my friend's been reading Ore Monogatari, and that's a series that's been on my mind for a long time. Mm-hmm. And he's been telling me like that I would really like it, and now I'm getting mad because I might have to put the sports thing on hold to read a quick 10-volume romance manga. But
where did we go? What the fuck happened? I think
we need to go around here. Oh, okay.
Did you say excuse me?
If he's asleep, we're gonna fuck. Yeah, to the monster. He was in my way.
Excuse me, great Chris. Coming through.
Yeah, I got places to be, Hobie.
Yeah. No, it's the backlog is it's a deal. Like, see, at least like, I mean, you have things you need to finish, but I don't know, like, cause I have like right now and I need to finish up Tokyo, and Mathis keeps watching more Ojamajo Doremi because we have the Nen show, but we're also on the side doing the Nono show, which is named from the main character in Hugto Precure because we both finished it and we wanted to talk about it, and we're like, well, if we ever finish other Magical Girl things, we'll talk about them. So Mathis is watching a Magical Girl show, so I'm like, well, I better watch this Magical Girl show that I want to watch. So we are going to do a no show for Doremi, but like...
Okay, I hit this earlier, 1 second.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I hit the wrong button. I'm so sorry.
It's cool. I was proud because I did against Anja earlier, and I lost my mind. I was like, oh, I'm so good at monsters.
And I ruined it. I'm so sorry. I'm a fool. Because I was trying to like charge up my sword and my blade, and I hit the wrong button instead.
So I'm saying at least you cut the tail.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, people have been making fun of me because I finished Undertale the other day,
yes.
and it's like, it took me forever to get around to it, you know, because it was so big, and I was in high school, and the only person I knew who was into it was a guy I didn't like. I was like, well, I don't like this guy, so I can't like what he likes, you know. And then it was just like after a while, it was such a big thing that like I almost just didn't want to read it because people were so play it because people were so into it. Mm-hmm. But then I finally caved, and it's like one of my favorites. And people were making fun of me because they're like, oh, like every time you play something, you add it to your favorites. And it's like, there definitely like becomes a point where it's like, you kind of know what you like, so you almost just tailor what you know, or at least I do. Like I try to only play games at this, not only, because I do want to try new things. Like, I'm going to play Dragon Quest 11 when that comes out. And like, I don't know if I'll like it or not. I've never played a Dragon Quest game. But like, you know, I do definitely tailor a lot of what I play towards. And also, it has to do with the way I do things, where if I'm just not enjoying something, I just stop. So things I finish are things I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Because I realized with Medaka Box, I'm not enjoying like these last 2 arcs very much.
Yeah,
but like I don't think they're bad. I just think I realized there's like, at least for me, there's a difference between something being like good and something being engaging, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll binge something that I don't think is good because I'm engaged and like I'm interested in where it's gonna go, even if I don't necessarily like it.
Mm-hmm. That was me.
And there are times where like
for a while, yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, and then there's things where it's like where like I think Joe was one of them, where I was like, I liked Joe. I thought Joe was good, but I just wasn't super engaged in what was going on. So like because of that, it made it hard to like get super into it, I guess, because it was like I'm not engaged, even though I think it's good. It's not like engaging me, I guess.
Okay.
Because like when I'm super into something, I will, you know, I'll read an entire 25-volume manga in a day or something, you know?
Yeah.
Because,
did you read Nisekoi in like almost a day, or?
I read Nisekoi in 23 hours from start to finish. That's including time to sleep and eat and do other things. And so it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, it's interesting that like, not everything. Yes, you can get back to it. Well, yeah, that's normally what I do is like, you know, there will be a time where it's like I'm super, like I'll probably pick up Joe at some point and like really like it and just binge the rest of it.
How far did
I
you
have
get
to wait
Joe,
till that
by
time.
The way?
The last thing I remember happening was the boxing matches going on in prison.
Oh,
which was really good.
Okay,
like,
yes, you're definitely, there's like, because for me, I didn't like. At first I was so confused because I thought this was a boxing manga, but he's like a delinquent, and it's on. It felt like it took ages for him to actually get to the boxing. Volume 8. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say Volume 8.
Okay.
Because people who've read Joe know exactly what I'm talking about because fucking shit. But yeah. I mean, I'd say it gets like it's good before then, obviously, but that's when it's like. That's still, like, honestly, some of my favorite manga stuff in general, because it's, like, there's just so many good moments there, but holy shit. What else were we talking about?
I don't remember.
Favorites, I guess, like, because, okay, that's the thing, because, like, with Plunder, like, the last I read something in, like, Made in Abyss, because like with my thing with Made in Abyss is okay. I guess I mentioned it before when we talked about it, but like, here's how I got into Made in Abyss. I like kind of like saw that the anime was going. I didn't really see any like promotion, any video of it. I just saw like the poster and I was like, oh, cool, that's an anime. Maybe I'll watch it one day, or I don't know. And then on 4chan, some people were posting like there was some of the brutal shit from the like one was the MIDI transformation sequence, and I kept seeing the name Bone Druid. I remember like even before I knew anything about the character, like when I saw that name in the manga, I just got this like dread because it's like because we were talking about him and so I kind of like knew that he was a fucking scary ass motherfucker even before I read the series. So it's like basically I saw this page with like a child horrifically dying, and I'm like, I need to read this manga immediately in case that tells you something about like my interests. And I don't know why I just
Right.
because I've always like, oh my god, my backlog, but then it's like this is what got me to read Made in Abyss. It's like Murk Dead Children. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, that's always so what like how like you'll have a backlog, but like I always feel like the backlog is like if I don't have something pressing. But then there's something that, like, it'll come up, and you immediately, like, I have to drop everything that's on my backlog. It doesn't matter. This is what I'm reading.
Yeah, I always, like, feel like I should do that more, but then, like, I also feel like, well, I gotta finish the backlog, so it's like... but anyway, so, like, so my experience with Made in Abyss was I read, like, the first 5 volumes in one night. Like, it was 2 a.m. when I finished Volume 5, which actually goes beyond the anime material. Like, the anime ends at Volume 3. So I read basically all the stuff in the anime and then the Edafront arc after that, which is fucking amazing. And like, I was like, yeah, I was up to 2 a.m. reading manga. I don't do that. And it was fucking amazing. So that was like, so I was like, yeah, I think Made in Abyss is my favorite. And I still flip through. I just love the art and stuff. So that was, but that was the last time I read something and immediately put it on my favorites list. And Plunderer is the most recent time because. Holy shit, Plunder is great, which I think is what I was talking about before. I don't know when Plunder is ending, like, because like I definitely feel they're getting closer to a conclusion, but I couldn't tell you when that conclusion is going to be, like how many volumes and stuff. But anyway,
yeah, I mean, again, that's my problem with it. Is I watched the anime and it was, yeah, 12 episodes for 3 volumes.
I think you'll definitely like the obviously you'll like the manga more, as you tend to do.
Yeah. I've been thinking, well, the other thing I was thinking is I might, because I didn't know everything in Jump was translated until someone in your server told me. And now I'm thinking that what I'm going to do instead of doing sports quick is I'm going to quickly just catch up to everything and currently going in Jump.
I was thinking about
because I'm already over halfway caught up, like over halfway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Like, well, I know you're reading One Piece, Hero Academia, and IQ. Dr. Stone, I think. Yes.
I can go through the ones I'm reading.
Okay, go for it.
So here's everything I'm current on that's currently going in Weekly Shonen Jump. I gotta go to my manga app. So I have Actually, I should look up a list of manga currently running in Shonen Jump. Here we go. Okay. Wait, no, that's not it. Oh my god, this is actually annoying. I just want a list of everything that's like currently running, and like I feel like Wikipedia should have that.
Right.
Series. Okay, there are 20, and of the 20, I'm reading Black Clover, Chainsaw Man, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Dr. Stone, Haikyuu, Hunter x Hunter, My Hero Academia, One Piece, Promised Neverland, We Can't Study, and that's it. So I think I'm actually at 10. Yeah, and like some of them, like Samurai 8's really short. Jujutsu Kaisen is something that's been on my list to read for a long time. Act Age I actually have added on Tachiyomi. So like a lot of the other ones would be really quick for me to catch up on.
And I've heard good
so
things
I was thinking about doing
a few of them, honestly. So
yeah, I had a friend who read Jujutsu Kaisen a couple weeks ago, and he read it a couple days ago. Sorry, and he was posting some screenshots, and it definitely looked like something I was really curious in. So I just kind of want to do that because I think it would. Part of it is because I think it'd be cool to be like,
caught up, on all the Jump stuff.
Yeah, just to be like, I'm so cool. I'm caught up on everything in Weekly Shonen Jump.
Because like I'm definitely gonna do that like slowly. Like I think next is because okay, yeah, I want to finish those things. I'm like midway through watching Mushishi and Tokyo, and I want to read other stuff with power level systems in them because I want to do a video on power levels because Plunder was really neat with it. Then
Dragon Ball time.
I don't know about Dragon Ball because again it's one of those old series, so it's like, do I want to spoil what we're reading on the Nensho or not? Because if we are, then I'm just not going to read it in the first place, and if we aren't, then if I read it, then I also reveal that we're not reading it on the Nensho. So it's like, But and I do kind of like know Dragon Ball enough. Oh, I realize I probably need to watch Super because I have a giant fucking shonen series that's that I'm planning to read or watch at some point. Because some of them it's like one of them is Kyojin no Hoshi, which is like the Star of Giants is like a really old baseball manga. The manga isn't translated at all, and only 12 episodes of like the 178 are translated and a movie. So it's like, should I watch this to get at least some perspective on this old, really famous like in Japan one, or like stuff like that? Yeah, I have on my list. And I also have more recent stuff like because actually let me check. I want to see what else I have. Because like I said, I have the power level ones. Oh yeah, because like I said, I do want to catch up on going ones at some point. Like all those ones you mentioned, obviously, but yeah.
I mean, everything I'm reading, and Guitar Skaters and Chat get mad about this. I think currently Dr. Stone's the worst one, and even Dr. Stone is starting to pick up again. Or not Dr. Stone, sorry, Black Clover's the worst one. And even Black Clover, I think, is starting to pick up again.
I was so confused. It's like, why did you mention guitar and then not immediately Clover? Like,
no, I meant Black Clover. The problem is, so some of them are ending soon. Like, We Can't Study is a harem that takes place. Like, the whole point is that they're studying for college exams. So, like, the current arc, they're taking one of their 2 college exams they have to take.
Okay, and the next one's gonna,
so
it's basically getting wrapped up.
So
yeah.
It's very close to being done, yeah. And then like Kimetsu no Yaiba, even if the mangaka hadn't told us we're in the last arc, you would know we're in the last arc. It's one of those, you know,
Gotcha.
like a very obviously ending very soon.
I think that's.
So then I'm gonna have to pick up 2 new ones.
There was even an interview with like an where he's basically saying like that they're not being so hard and fast about like basically they're like giving the authors the freedom of when they want to end their series, which I think is really neat because like how I see it is like One Piece is so big that is like when it leaves the magazine they're fucked. Like just like back when they.
I think they should just redo One Piece from start basically like. Just republish it. I think that's the best thing they could do.
Yeah, but it's like because they lost a lot of subscribers when the Golden Trio, Dragon Ball, Slam Dunk, and Yu Yu Hakusho all ended, and as like they didn't become the #1 shonen magazine again until like 2004 when the big 3 were really going. So it's like, so. Well,
have you? Yeah. Sorry, you.
So what was it? Gonna say is like so right now it's like so Jump's in a position where their giant is gonna go on for at least a few more years, as much as Oda wants it to end, like it's not happening.
Right.
So all those other series, it's like they don't, what's their next biggest after like My Hero Academia and Haikyuu? It's like those are also going on for a little, like I mean I don't know about Haikyuu at all, but that My Hero Academia is gonna be going for a little while longer, so it's like, what is that? What?
Haikyuu is either ending in this. Look. So there's been 2 camps with Haikyuu, right?
It's ending now, or it's ending later. Or
it's ending after the current tournament we're in, or they're going to keep it going, right? I would say most people were in the camp. I was in the camp if I thought it was going to go on because there had been set up for later things, and it might have been Furodate was planning to do either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just see how he feels because there's been set up for future years. There's also been good reasons you can end it now, right? One of those being the 3rd years you're leaving.
Right, so is it going to continue the series without those characters? Yeah.
But with what happened in the last chapter, we don't know what's like, the last chapter was so wild. Not necessarily in terms of what happened, but just, like, the implications of what's going on now. And, like, because, like, it's one of those things in sports manga, you know, where after the team has their first loss, you kind of just like, you're like, okay, they win every game after this. How do they win? You know what I mean? But now it's like, oh, they because I think that like Furodate does a really good job at every time you're like, okay, I could see them losing this match. This match, I actually am like, they should lose this match more than they should win it with what's going on right now.
Shit.
Okay, so I have to find a first wyvern, so I don't think you can join me
yes,
yet.
We've seen them, right? Or you know who they are? Or oh no, I guess
Rathalos?
No, the first wyverian. No, the first wyverian is it's an NPC on the map. So
I'd have to go find him then.
yeah. All right, go ahead. We'll keep talking.
But so like I don't know when Haikyuu's ending now.
Okay.
Like it's really scary. But like I was gonna ask because you're talking about things ending. You've read Bakuman, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because that's like if you hadn't read Bakuman, I was gonna say like you had like I don't think you can. I think Bakuman is so good at like almost like recontextualizing the way you look at things running and Jump. It's so like.
Yeah, and I think like that's the thing. It's like Jump's policies are changing. Where before it's like, well, this series has a little more life in it. You know, keep Death Note going. It's getting anime soon. But now it's like, yeah, you can end it. You know, like because they have like one. If they have One Piece in Hero Academia, like they're the magazine will survive Kimetsu no Yaiba ending. Even though it's like sales are fucking exploding because of the anime. Like, there's also like, yeah, let it end. Let it get the satisfying conclusion. Don't milk it when and then the magazine will survive Promised Neverland ending. The magazine will survive Doctor Stone if it ever ends. Like Jump is at a point where it can do that because One Piece is so insanely fucking massive that it gives everyone else like the freedom to do that.
What? I think they're also looking for what's going to take up because like they have to know, okay, we need to have something that will keep us going after One Piece. And I think right now they're probably banking on MHA for that.
Black Clover, like I think the author also said he wants it to be as long as Naruto, so like 700 chapters.
Black Clover should be over.
Oh man, but so yeah, it's Jump is cool and interesting because I think it is interesting right now because of One Piece because like this whole thing with the like I said the series ending and stuff where it is such like a change.
Well, God, you should read Medaka Box as well.
Did.
Like, oh, I didn't know you'd read it.
I finished it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because like there's moments in that like have me because like there's the part where a Shinin says like this will end before the anime starts, and then it didn't, and like that had me wondering like. Did it not end when the anime started because, Issin and the artists didn't want to end it? Or did it not end because
Jump forced them?
Shueisha told them they couldn't,
Yeah, because obviously, like, One Piece... Well, One Piece was just, like, getting to the Paramount War, so it wasn't at its explosive levels that it really...
Was it at the... I didn't know Medaka Box was that early. I thought Medaka Box was later.
Or no, I'm trying to remember... No, because... Yeah, Medaka Box started in 2008.
Yeah, but it ends around like 2012, so I thought it would be.
Okay, so yeah, the Paramount War would have been going at that time, so I don't know. But then again, I don't know when Jump's ethos has changed because it would have been,
I feel like it would make sense. Okay, I have to leave because I think it wants me to fight Rathalos now.
Okay.
It wouldn't surprise me if their thing kind of changed a little. I actually don't think I'm ready to fight Rathalos because I can't use this Fire Hammer. So
you can use Thunder. But so we can.
Yeah, but my Thunder Hammer is 100 less, so we might need to grind Tobi Kadachi really quickly for a little bit.
He's easy at this point. I'm wearing his skin.
Okay. I also need to make sure I have a. I might just look up what this last thing I need for this hammer is, just so I can get it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh, is it a question mark?
Yeah.
Well, because if you can't see it, then you probably can't get it. But you can look anyway.
I might have like a quest for it that I just have it, like an optional quest for it. I can look then. If not, I could just make another really big raw hammer. But
anyway, Box or something.
Well, yeah, I think that like I wouldn't be surprised if because I feel like Bakuman was probably pretty big, It did get a full 3 seasons for its anime.
Yeah, it was
So I wouldn't be surprised if like that kind of made people stop and think about what to yeah, okay.
Well, because like I think I mentioned before, but I definitely saw that happening with Shirobako. Because with Shirobako, the whole thing was like, oh, the threat of the recap. Like, they don't want to, the staff doesn't want to have to do a recap episode, obviously.
Right.
So it's like, but at the same time, like it is this like present threat. So it's like, because I especially remember because at that time, Rage of Bahamut Genesis was going and they had a recap episode, and instead of people being like, oh, we already saw this, we don't need a recap episode, like instead they think, well, this is actually pretty intense production, like it looks really good and shit. So, and you know, like I think there was even an interview of a comment from someone mentioning that newer animators don't know how to animate like the traditional fantasy stuff because it's not as common these days. So it's like, so people were more understanding as to the circumstances of the studio and staff responsible for the show because of Shirobako. So like the stuff about like the production the industry goes through is like really helpful, because so now it's like when a series suddenly gets canceled, you're like, oh, you know, they must not have been pulling in the jump ratings and stuff. Like you have that understanding and perspective now. So it's helpful.
Well, no, what I was saying was more so, well, I mean, and it's not that it's obvious. Like, it has never been so obvious in my life that Shokugeki no Soma got axed. They were told you have 10 chapters, finish this now.
Oh, really?
But
okay.
It was.
I thought it was pretty popular, so I don't know. All right, well, maybe
after
the arc,
so
the Dark Chef
it was
arc.
popular in the Central arc. Immediately after that, you can almost tell immediately there was a big drop in people caring about the series.
Here,
let me look.
So was that what the Dark Chef shit was, to try and like pull people back in, or
what do you mean?
Like, or what is that the reason people left?
The Dark Chef.
Dark Chef, sorry. Like the fucking chainsaw, using a chainsaw and cooking.
So
like, why did like I don't.
That was again like I think the biggest problem with Shokugeki is that like the entirety of the Central arc is building up to this one theme, right?
Okay.
And then the next arc is like, yeah, it's gonna be the exact same theme, and it's like, all right, like you're ridiculous, and not in a good way.
Sad.
Oh, I might want to grind some barrel.
Oh, that's what I was talking about, because like I was looking at my list. So like, first thing I'm doing is I'm catching up to series that I've read recently. Like I just read like a handful of chapters of Katakuri Circus and Sinbad, because like just like the translation wasn't consistent, but even though I'd read them fairly recently, so I just like, fuck it, I'll catch up anyway. And then I'm gonna read Hero Academia, Promised Neverland, Orient, which is by the same author as Magi, Eden Zero, which is Mashma's, and then Talentless Nana or Muno na Nana, fucking insane like first chapter. And I don't know, I got... Technically, I heard about it from fucking Econ because he was throwing a bunch of shit into us. He's like, wow, this manga is better than Death Note, Danganronpa, and one other thing combined. And I'm like, I read it, and it's like, it's not. It's decent, but shut up, Econ. Like, it's good, but it's I don't know, it's like, it has like fucking 30 or 40 more chapters than it did when I caught up, so I'm gonna reread it, I think, because it's fairly short. But, so yeah, I'm gonna catch up to those more series. Then yeah, I have the power levels thing, which is right now it's Toriko, because that's the capture system.
I've wanted to read that.
Toriko's, see, I need to reread it because it's like I gave it a lowish score because I read it as it was going weekly for a good while, and that always impacts, especially without recognizing it. But I have 7 Deadly Sins because that was ruined by like literally everyone hated that it introduced power levels like 100 chapters into its story. I've never heard of the guy who goes, yeah, this is cool. So whatever. And then then Sengoku Yoko, which is by the author of Spirit Circle, and
I've read all of.
Okay, got you. Yeah, so because that apparently has power levels in like the first, right? I've heard
power levels
or some kind of. Okay, maybe not. I'll read it anyway, just because I've heard that. So maybe because it wasn't there in the second half. Apparently, that's what I was told. So.
Maybe. Sorry, it's been a while since I read it. I don't remember. I mean, the second part is way longer than the first.
Gotcha.
So the fact that I don't remember power levels means that they aren't that important to the overall story.
That's probably that's it, because that seems to be the case with most of these series. But
then, you would definitely like Sengoku. Okay, I gotta figure out which one of these I want. Well, because if I get this, I can just go ahead and get this. like, I should do this. I need a Radabon scale. Yeah, I need 2 Radabon scales so I can make a rarity 4 hammer. That's no. Okay.
Do you want me to post a Radabon quest? Or
yeah, what's Radabon weak to as well? So I know what hammer to take.
I think Dragon and Blast and Poison.
All right, I'm just gonna take my fucking fire hammer. Then
yeah, he's not really weak to any, like, just your highest raw. Yeah, he's not very weak to fire, thunder, or water. So
but like Sengoku's really good. I mean, I could definitely see you really liking it, but I don't think power levels are that important to it.
No, I think for like because like I just asked people like. Because like I also got the Dragon Ball obviously and Kinnikuman, like which apparently like one thing I've heard about Kinnikuman, everything like a lot of things that people say Dragon Ball like popularized or influenced, like Kinnikuman also did like before it. So it's like very curious about Kinnikuman. But Saint Seiya was another one, not because it has strict power levels, but because people like they measure their attacks in like speed and power and stuff. Like they use actual measurements and stuff. Like, oh, this goes this many kilometers per hour, something like that. So they use some form of power levels. But again, I can't read the old series until we do it on the Nin show, or do the ones we are doing on the Nin show. Then I can read other ones too. But so that and then the other one was Shaman King, which has it actually has 2 power level systems. So one of them, one fight. So, because like they have like their spirits have a level or something like that. I don't remember. It was yeah. So basically, those are all the series I'm reading for my power level video. Then I need to reread Bleach. I also need to reread some One Piece arcs for those are all for videos. Oh, that's right. Then I want to read series that I've like read part of, but I want to. They're finished now, so not just shonen and stuff.
Right.
Like. I read like Akagi. I never finished Akagi.
Oh.
But it's over now. And then a couple other things. When I go back to, oh yeah, that's right. I have a friend who he's a former coworker who we still actually like meet up to talk, and mostly about One Piece. But he's also been reading, like he tries to talk to me about like Black Clover and stuff, but I haven't read it, so I'm gonna read anything. He's fairly normie. Like his favorite character in One Piece is Zoro. Like, I laughed because like you were saying like, oh yeah, during that scene in Inuyashiki, I was like, oh, your favorite character is Zoro. What a normie! And I was like, well, I have a normie friend whose favorite character is Zoro, so that was like the realest shit you've ever said.
No, it's so true. Look, it's so true. Because she was like, well, because like, the problem is like, I'm going this way because he's gonna come. Like Radabon almost always just rolls right through. So. All right, I'm just gonna. Should I just have my weapon charged then? Be ready.
Maybe not that ready, but he's coming now. I have it charged. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I like because when I was in less and more into One Piece, but when I was in high school, there were a lot of girls that were super into like. Oh, I think you hit me out of my fucking charge.
I don't think I'm sorry.
Maybe it just ran away after long enough time.
Yeah, if you ran a stamina, it ends.
No, I had like half stamina.
Okay, never mind. That must have hit you. Or he hit you, maybe. Because I don't think I don't know. I can hit you out of your charge.
But yeah, like so like and like they all read Attack on Titan and One Piece, and all their favorite characters are always like Zoro, Levi from Attack on Titan, So it was like when I was watching that, and obviously like even then those girls are less normie than she would be, in Japan. But like, it was still, I was like, all right,
it was too perfect.
Like, this is too real.
That's hilarious.
And I mean, it's not that I don't understand why people like Zoro.
Oh, like he's like cool.
If you're like if you're reading One Piece for cool stuff, it's like of course.
Because I was thinking about that because like it's really hard to rank the Straw Hats, honestly, because they're all so good, and but if you like try to do it in like if you're gonna rank them in coolness, like Zoro's gonna be really high, if not the top.
Right. Right. Like Usopp, Chopper, like the least cool, even though like Usopp's like my second favorite Straw Hat.
Right. Exactly. So it's like if I way to rank the Straw Hats is just trying to divide into like what it you know, what aspect like are you talking about them? So,
Right.
like coolest fighting style, then it might be like Usopp, you know, or Luffy. So yeah, but
for me that's still Sanji because I love people who kick. That shit's
okay,
so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I was just thinking out loud, but it's yeah, that's
No, yeah, I get you. I mean, I have a hard time. I have a really easy time ranking my top 3 Straw Hats and in order, and then after that it gets really hard for me.
No, yeah, like and now we have to add Jinbei in there, and like rereading all like super good. I want more of them. Give me more Jinbei.
Yeah.
And but oh yeah, so and that's the other thing is like so aside from catching up to the things my friend likes, then after that I'm gonna catch up to all do what you're doing basically and catch up to all the Jump manga because Shonen Jump's interesting and it's big, it's popular, you know. And like I said, I do think it's interesting right now because of how they're changing, how they're doing things. But then
what's like how often in like our as English speakers could we have the ability to say I'm caught up on everything?
Wait.
Currently publishing
all 20
in
series? I didn't know that. Holy shit.
That's what someone in your. That's why I said I wanted to do it. Someone in your server said that all series in Jump were being translated.
Okay, because in that case, I definitely need to do the same thing at that point.
That's what like really spurred me on was him saying that. I was like, wait, if I can, because what I said was I was like I'm caught up on almost everything that's translated.
Jump app, because you know if that's.
I don't know if Viz is doing them all, but
okay, that's fair. I mean, I still should, just because like I think that's more worthwhile than Crunchyroll, because it's much closer to the creator. I think like it's still Viz, but it's like But anyway, oh, and that's the other thing is after I do like the Jump catch up, I mean obviously I'm gonna be doing other things. My list of shit for the Ava video is so fucking long, but I want to catch up to the long 3 because like I've already read the big 3, even though I need to reread them. And so the longest like shonen series after that I want to do are Gintama, Detective Conan, and Hajime no Ippo. Because like
Ippo.
Yeah, so like Gintama is like fucking 700 chapters, 300, 400 episodes, almost somewhere between there. I don't know exactly how many. And then Detective Conan.
Turf War.
I'm not gonna watch Detective Conan because it's like 900. Because like I asked, and it's like it's not a bad anime, but it's like, is it 900 episodes like good?
I've seen 170 episodes. I think 178 episodes of Detective Conan.
Yeah. So it's like because when I hear about like Gintama or Ippo's anime, Ippo, it's like it's really good selling impacts. Obviously I've read the mangas of all 3 of them. But and Gintama, of course, there are people, a large contingent who like the anime more than the manga. So it's like I should.
Gintama, I haven't touched the manga, but that's one I'm not gonna read the manga for until I watch the.
I'm the same because like I think my exact plan is I'm gonna watch Gintama, then I'm gonna watch Ippo because it's shorter. Then I'm gonna read Detective Conan. Then I'm gonna read Ippo because the anime is covered less material. And then by the time hopefully it'll be long enough like for Gintama that I'll be willing to reread the whole thing and finish it. So like that's kind of my game plan when I finally get there. God knows when that will be. Maybe some of these series will be over. I don't know. Oh no, probably not that long.
We're halfway through Ippo, so.
Yeah, no. I saw you guys freaking out over the latest chapter.
Oh yeah, I don't think I talked about it, but yeah, the last chapter was, oh my god. Dude. Oh, that manga is so fucking good. I can't believe how good Ippo is.
I think someone said on my server, like, I almost stood up and screamed. I just have no context for it whatsoever, so I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, the character that's like popping off is my favorite character in the manga. So watching him just like, oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, because of some stuff that happened in Ippo, I thought for a second I was excited for the possibility of the character that I really like becoming the new main character. For a second, I thought that might happen. Oh yeah. I was gonna lose my mind, and now he's getting his own arc, and I'm
okay. I'm definitely, like I said, I'm definitely gonna read Ippo at some point.
Yeah, it's funny to me that you said those 3 because Gintama I've seen about 100 episodes of, and actually, it's one of those things where I know for a fact once I get caught up to Gintama, it'll be one of my favorite anime.
Yeah, no, a lot of people really like it.
It's so funny. I love the anime. Like I love the voice cast. They do a lot of really good stuff for the anime. Like there's like a beginning to an episode where they're like, it's like the storyboards, and they're like, yeah, we didn't have the budget to actually animate it. It's like Kagura and Gintoki are saying that. So it's like they do a lot of that stuff that like I'm sure the manga probably does something maybe similar, but it's not the same, you know?
Yeah, well, like, because again, like a lot of people seem to like the anime more, but then there are some people on my server who like Annie, he likes the manga a bit more, because I guess the anime changes the order of some events, which messes with some arcs or something like that, at least. So I do want to experience both, but I definitely want to experience.
Shit, I don't have an energy. Oh, I do have an energy.
I don't. Or do I?
Oh shit! Oh, he hit me out of me fucking eating my energy.
Well, he also hit me out of
still
your sleep too, so.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But no, I'm definitely curious about those three, because it's like, I don't know, it's like, I think I was talking with What about it, but it's like, or maybe I was talking about it with you too. See, I talked to so many people, I don't know what I've said to who, so I'm gonna repeat myself a million times, but I feel like with everything popular, there's like some reason it connects to people, right? Have I talked?
Yeah.
Have I talked about this before?
I think so.
Okay.
It's still a good topic.
Yeah. So like what has a Sword Online video? Like, you know, very chill, but here he is like looking at the value and saying like, look, Sword Online has value, you know, as a story. Like it does something. It says something, and I think that's like something true of like everything popular. So, but you know, like. I have to be the one to fucking defend Fairy Tail because it's fucking Fairy Tail. Like, you know, and rereading.
You should
like,
name your Fairy Tail defense an overly long whatever.
I'm already doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay, cool.
Well, no, I'm naming it the overly long tirade on the overly long tirade on the overly long little tirade on Fairy Tail, basically.
Okay.
Because
I thought it'd be funny if you just called it like the next part of it. but that works.
It's actually like, wait, no, I like it now. Oh, for maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should make a part 8 because it's basically like a bunch of for the little analyses on one. Or that's maybe a good idea. Maybe. I'm gonna capture him.
Okay, that's fine. I'm on my way. So I was fucking around with the Beatles.
Oh, did you get Zormagdaro stuff?
Oh no, I didn't see any.
I forgot about it.
I mean, I have to go within an hour actually because I do have work tomorrow,
okay,
and
that's fine.
I've recently learned the beauty of getting 7 hours of sleep at night. Because I used to get like 4 or 5, and every day this week I've been so tired after work. Like midnight comes and I just pass out, and I don't have to be up till like 7:30. So I get like 7.5 hours, and like that's so nice that I almost never want to give that up ever again.
No, I definitely for 7 hours when I can.
But like, well, and then Conan I've seen 180 episodes of basically.
Yeah.
Because there was a while it was like I was doing. This is actually, I think this might be what killed me watching anime. But there was a period of like 4 months where every day, because like I had a friend, I was like, look, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have the largest EPs with anime in the world. We're gonna watch 3 episodes of Detective Conan a day. At the end of a year, we'll have watched all of Detective Conan. I got farther than he did because like I had to download it in seasons, so I still have all of Detective Conan on my hard drive right now, up through season 26, and I think we're on like season 7 or something. So like I watched 3 episodes of Conan a day, and it got to the point where like you kind of stop watching because like you start it and you know what's gonna happen, you know?
Yeah.
Like so many of the episodes are these standalone mysteries that it's like as long as I know. You know, what happened, who did it, and how, that's all I need. Yeah. So that's all I watch, you know? And then there were obviously episodes you can tell pretty early on are important. But at the same time, I was doing dailies, just 1 episode a day, of Aikatsu.
Oh, and you quit.
And so it was like doing all those at one time. And here, I know I started it when I was on episode 12 of Aikatsu, so I waited 12 days into the new year and then started doing it with Aikatsu. And I stopped at episode 100 of Aikatsu. So that tells you I did it for, whatever, that many days roughly.
Oh, I thought you stopped at like the 80s, so, okay.
No, I was at 100, I think.
Did you finish each
arc? Yeah. No.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Akari is the main character now. She's the one who shows up in the
that is 100
the beginning.
But yeah.
So it became a thing, yeah, where it was like I burnt myself out, I think.
Yeah, no.
Wait.
Because I've never done because when I like need to watch something, like I feel like I'll do one episode a day. Like I was doing one episode of Boruto and one episode of like Ultraman, not at the same time even. Like, or maybe maybe there was some overlap, but it's like, you know, because I was like old Toku is can be like. I definitely want, like, I love Shojin Sentai Jetman, but that's like 90s. Ultraman was like fucking 60s, 70s. And it was definitely like rough. Cause, but yeah, but I would only do one episode a day, not 3 fucking, you know, episodic mysteries a day. Like, it seems awful.
It was honestly pretty fun because I do enjoy Conan, right? Like, because like, you know, I watched 178 episodes, right? For me to watch that many episodes, do you want to do Diablos or Rathalos?
They're both so fun. Rathalos is easier for me, but am I weak to fire? No, I'm not. I'm weak to water. So
I know I'm strong to fire, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm using Anji's armor. So okay, cool. I'm excited to fight Rathalos actually, because I don't think I ever got to this fight in Generations.
Oh really?
Either.
Okay, yeah.
Because I did Rathian, but I didn't do. But yeah, so it's like, that was like it's just like, it got to a point where I was like, especially because so many of the Conan episodes, like, because it, like, all the episodes are so similar, a lot of them meld together, except for the standout episodes.
Yes.
And then the way we did it was, when we got to the end of a point where, like, a movie was, we watched a movie. So I think I've seen the first 2 Conan movies.
Gotcha.
And, like, the show's fun. Like, I like the characters. I enjoy... a lot of I enjoy like the mysteries, but it's something.
That's why I'm looking forward to that big 3 long ones, because like people have mixed feelings on Conan, I guess, maybe because like I've seen some discussions on my servers where they seem to be saying interesting things about it, and like just
the quest is up, by the way, you can join it.
Just generally hating the fan base for being the fan base, as fan base, you know, as anyone's ought to do, but I don't know, and just like these are super popular series in Japan, so obviously it's like people like them, you know. So I'm curious to give them a look. So I don't know. I just like there's so much I don't want to watch and read and.
Yeah. Oh, I should see if I can... Oh, wait, no, I can't. Well, I should look to see. I unlocked some new stuff. I should see if I can upgrade my armor really quickly, actually.
Also, I'm afraid to count how many things I need to watch for my... Like, I know how many things I need to watch, but I'm afraid to count the episodes, because I have a list already.
Are you going to watch Getter or read Getter?
I don't even know if
I would
that's
say
on
you
the
should
list.
read Getter. Oh, okay. I didn't know.
I mean, I should add it to the list if you're bringing it up. Because mostly...
Well, I don't know how important it is to...
Yeah. Like, what I did is I went through... There's, like, the Evangelion wiki has the list of, like, visual things Anno took from, basically. So it's like... Yeah. So that helped a bit. Then there was the 2 articles I found. One on it was like the Ultraman connection, and another on because Anno, like, he did a fan film for Ultraman in college, so it's like he's obviously a fan, and it's like people reference that as like because when you have a giant like bio like creature with humanoid proportions fighting kaiju, like with being supported by a military group, like that describes both like I don't even said before he did Eva, like he'd love, if he did Ultraman, he'd love to do like something focusing more on the Japanese, like the military guys, and that's what Eva is. It's the military guys fighting kaiju, pretty much.
And like, that's what Shin Godzilla is, if you've seen that.
No, I have that. I'm going to.
Oh, that movie's... I think that's easily my favorite thing Anna's done.
Nice. So it's like, yeah, so I definitely want, Ultraman's pretty important to, Anno and stuff. So it's like, and then of course I have another article that talks about more general influences, like okay, literally just Mobile Suit Gundam and Armored Trooper Votoms, which are just Votoms. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
That alone is 100 episodes of.
Is it because Gundam's 43?
Yeah, or no, okay, yeah, it's not quite. Yeah, you're right. It is. Gundam is a little shorter, but it's like, we're talking 95 episodes of sad mecha character protagonist Like,
God, I need to get back to. I've seen I think 17 episodes of Gundam 79.
okay, gotcha. Yeah, so it's like, so that's then I have like 5 series of Ultraman. So that's like I think it's because I already watched the original one, thankfully, but I also have let's see, Ultra 7, Return of Ultraman, then Ultraman Ace, Ultraman Leo, and then Ultraman what was the last one? Nexus, because Nexus is the one he referenced in the rebuilds, and by reference I mean he shot for shot stole a scene. So, or shot for shot referenced the scene. But so it's like so already we're at 350 episodes for the Ava video. I haven't talked about Godzilla movies. Well, Gunbuster's like, yeah, I've got like a dozen Godzilla movies. Like, cause I had a recommendation chart from ages ago, and I just picked out the ones that were most recommended off of it. So it's like Godzilla, like Mega Godzilla 1 and 2, Destroya, Mothra.
Yeah.
Then
the Godzilla movies are pretty good. The ones I've seen. I've seen I think 4 of them.
Then I added, you know, obviously it's an old chart, so I added Godzilla 2014, which I don't really have expectations for.
The Legendary Pictures one?
Yes, because I guess that's a prequel to the new one, which I also want to check out. Yeah, and then of course Shin Godzilla because so basically yeah, that's plenty of watching right there. Basically, I don't know. I hope that I could get better at watching things, which I've always been saying. Because like I said, I passed out for 3 hours today that I could have been watching, you know, Doremi and keeping up with Math Wiz, and instead I'm now I need to watch I don't know how much she even watched today because she was at like 18, so now I finished 20, and now the last I checked she was at 24, so now I gotta watch like 5 more episodes of Doremi, and then I still need to finish, you know, Mushishi and So Cute. I want to die.
Oh my god, I hit him right into a fucking vine trap. Yes. I'm so good at Monster Hunter. Definitely intentional. What was that? There was like, I hit him in like the neck and there was like a flash across my screen.
I don't...
Like someone like swung a sword.
I don't know.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, the only reason I said Getter is because I've read it. It's really popular. And I mean, I guess the difference is it's like Getter's super robot.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, so I think if you were gonna do if you're gonna do one like that for Gurren Lagann, you have to read Getter, because like,
gotcha.
Reading Getter is basically reading a Gurren Lagann manga set before Gurren Lagann happened. like I have a friend who likes to make the joke that Gurren Lagann just stole everything from Getter, but like it's kind of true.
Not like no, Gurren Lagann also stole from Ashita no Joe. So, like
a lot of things that happen in Gurren Lagann are like very similar to things that happen in Getter. But Getter's also really cool because the first part of Getter, they fight dinosaurs.
Got his tail already. Oh, that is cool.
And the dinosaur, or the character that dies in Getter, it's like the hero death is like I like Kamina more, but this character's really fucking good too.
Nice.
So, yeah. I need to read the rest together, because I've read the first, like, 2 or 3 parts of it, and there's, like, 6 parts or some shit. There's a lot of parts of it. Because, like, the parts are all, like, 2 volumes, right? Because there's, like, Getter, Shin Getter, and it's, like, some of them are the same characters,
stop for a
but some of the
second.
team
I want
members
to look at your sled arm.
Oh, yeah, it's good.
It is good. Okay. Oh, you got a big old fucking Game of Thrones cape or some shit. Oh, did you get the tail?
Yeah, I know. It's so good.
Did you carve the tail?
Oh, no. I did actually carve the tail.
Okay,
I remember now. Yeah, I didn't even know it had a cape when I was getting it, and I got it and saw the cape, and I was like, oh my god, I love this.
But anyway, so yeah, Getter. I might read it. How long is the manga?
I've only read like the first 3 parts. I feel like I've gotten enough of it, and it's
how long
I
is
think
it?
like 6,
total?
7 volumes.
7 volumes. So that's nothing. Okay.
It's really short, and it reads really fast.
Cool. Yeah. So that's I'm at the point where it's like might as well. Oh yeah, I also have on the list Blue Blazes, which is from the the manga author who they didn't actually know each other. It's like a fictionalized version, but it's like Anno at college basically. And then there's also something Direction where it's a manga by Anno's wife. But it's like living with Anno, I guess. So that's another thing I have. Those are shorter. Like Blue Blazes, I forget how long it is, and I don't know how long the episodes even are because it could be 40-minute episodes, it could be 20-minute episodes. I'm expecting 20-minute episodes because I've actually Japan has no thing because America has there's lots of shows where it's there's 40-minute episodes or like HBO stuff that's hour-long episodes. I know of 2 shows, Figure 8 and Psychopaths. There was a redone version with added animation and stuff where they combined. They made it they made it the 40-minute episodes instead because they combined stuff.
Right.
So it's those are the only 2 anime I know 40-minute episodes. So it's not very common. Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's almost this weird thing in American television where the more the longer your episodes are, the more seriously you're taken.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is ridiculous, but it's true. Where it's any show that's a comedy, oh, don't take it seriously, is 20 minutes, and then anything that's oh, Katana Godari's one with 40-minute episodes.
Oh,
that's
okay.
true, and that show's good.
Okay.
I like Nisio Isin. He's a fucking crackhead though.
Oh yeah, I think it's called Shonen Shoujo, or it's I guess more recent Nisio Isin thing. It's even by the same artist as Medaka Box, I believe. Or the art looks similar from what apparently I want to read it. It's still being translated though, but the premise is a boy and a girl who are both they both have a sickness where they're gonna die soon, even though they're kids. And I don't know, it's interesting.
Well, I saw there was he's doing a new manga now that's gonna be in Jump. That's with the he's working with the artist writer combo from Shokugeki.
Oh, that's right. Is it a series or is it one?
I don't know. I thought it was a new series.
I thought I don't.
Hey, Gabriel, right then. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for that because I feel if it's their art and kind of base and Nisio Isin's just yeah, I'm not gonna let this go to shit at the end, I'd be really excited for it.
Yeah, because Nisio Isin, he's a good writer. So
I want to rewatch Monogatari really bad, actually.
Same. I think that's on my favorites rewatch because I rated some things at 9. So
Zoku, because I like a lot of Monogatari.
I never actually finished it even. So
the final season for it, Zoku. I think it's the final season. Zoku Owari just came out.
Okay.
And I've seen everything else in Monogatari. But I kind of don't want to watch Zoku because it's been so long since I've seen the early stuff.
Yeah, you need to rewatch the whole thing.
I wanna rewatch all of it to look. I think Nisio Isin's really good. I think Nisio Isin has sometimes he falls into too many of the same trappings. Oh, this character had a character arc, they're gonna cut their hair. like Medaka does that in Medaka Box.
I didn't even think about that, and it
happens
50 times a month.
It's all right, yeah, every Monogatari girl cuts their hair, literally all of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of which ones don't, and it's been a while,
it's almost at the point where I don't like the trope. But I will say the thing that revived the trope for me is the goat Thrigatsu.
Yes, because her hair is even better. In fact, normally the hair can be easy, worse, but with it's so cute.
Well, and the fact that that Ray likes it more just makes everything come together.
I also
really
liked
good.
it. Well, because I think I mentioned it because and she was so worried about it. I'm how bad could it be? And then I see her and I'm oh my god, she's adorable.
I think when they had her be the yokai,
yes,
that was when I was finally all right, it's a better. Because I really like ponytails, okay. So I wanted to be okay, the ponytail is just better. But when she was the yokai, I was yeah, okay, no, it's better.
No, I think I mentioned it because that design was genius because she's got the yukata kimono thing, which is I love seeing I think Aikatsu, because I had my notes, of course, and there was an Aikatsu episode where it's New Year's, so they're wearing, and I'm just my whole notes for the entire episode, the only thing I had of notes is dumb yukata nerds, because they're fucking cute, and it's always cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's got a fucking cat ears and an eye patch, and it's oh my god, you're perfect.
God, she does have an eye patch. Oh my god, it's so good.
I'm so fucking lost right now.
We're at the egg place where we were doing the egg shit.
Oh, you're that. Oh, that's why I'm lost, because you guys are fucking way high up. I'm how do I get up there?
Yeah. I like that he has fire and has poison. It's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, Gabriel, right down. You should read through God Seen a Lion. It's my favorite manga. It's really fucking good.
I also want to rewatch it and then also read it. Cause holy shit.
I'm really enjoying this current. There's that one page from the current shogi match going on.
Oh, see,
that was about how
okay.
like.
Yeah, I've read.
Oh, are you
first chapter of that arc?
Okay, there was a really good page that was kind of like Ray coming, like realizing something through the
match.
The current
I think
like
I saw you
match.
Posted, yeah. You tweeted it, right?
It's it's so it like you can see it without context, and it's not a spoiler, and it's so good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna catch up and stay caught up at least for a bit. Yeah, well, because like I was like, because that's what happened. It's like a few years ago, I realized like, you know, keeping up with all these series like as they're coming out is actively damaging my enjoyment of these series. So obviously the solution is to not keep up with the series, just wait until they're finished and stuff. And so like I've been doing that for so long that now I want to keep up with the series so I can talk about them and stuff, like especially if I'm making videos, like because I do want to grow my channel, and you know shonen stuff is what, you know, what people like the most for my channel. And you know, so catch up more things and read more things, and then talk about like, because then I can jump up the dumb controversies, like maybe the Deku having too many powers thing or something, like, oh no, it ruins it, but it's like, just fucking wait until more of the series comes out, because watch, do people still have a problem with that, or have they like started calling
I mean, so he can't even use the power, like,
yeah, and yeah, people lost their shit, but it's
like he has to work for it, which makes sense within the confines of MHA.
Right. So it's like, you know, just because he has fucking like 60 other 7. Obviously, it's only like 7, but like quirks that he needs to learn and master. You know, he's already having enough trouble with One for All, but now there's more. So, you know, right? It's and then of course it's not even considering like the narrative justification, like how these quirks are going to be used, like tied into his character arc or something like that. Because I love the shit where the powers match the conflict and stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know how like the way that like the reason he has those quirks, right?
Yeah, because I know. Yeah, I know. I haven't read that far, but I do know.
Okay, yeah. Well, so like it even makes sense with the power of One for All, like of course that like when they transmit their power, their quirk is a part of their power,
right?
You know,
it's a power that transmit quirks. So what is transmit quirks? You know, and you know, not. I guess like some people maybe thought like every hero was like, you know, Deku and All Might, where it's like they had they didn't have powers, and then when they got there, but that's not actually how it went. So like in fact statistically, like most people have quirks. So like obviously there's gonna be people who had quirks when they also got, you know, One for All. So
right.
Or all for, yeah, you know what I mean.
Right, not everyone's gonna be All Might who is quirkless.
Yeah.
Considering they wanted to give Mirio, and he has a quirk.
Yes,
you know?
Exactly. It's like he would have been even greater with it, because it's like he learned how to master his quirk. Like he didn't, and then having like super god tier strength alongside that, yeah, he'd be insane. Like he's already pretty fucking cool with it, with the quirk he did have. So
with I love that like MHA just admits like, yeah, he has a shitty quirk, but he's super cool, so he can use it well.
Right.
And I've heard people say like, no, his quirk's broken, and it's like his quirk isn't broken.
He can't even fucking see when he uses it. He's just really good with
using it. He can't breathe. Yeah. Like he mastered a shitty quirk. Like I don't know. I got bad because once I was like, what do you mean? Like they were like, I hate that they act like Mirio's quirk isn't good, because it is. It's like, it's really not. Like he literally can't breathe or see when he's using it.
Which I thought was a really cool weakness too, but.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Oh no, I might die. I'm stunned and poisoned. Oh shit. Oh no.
Life powder.
Thank you.
So my main file has a skill called fast eating, where I literally like I eat stuff like instantly. Like I could eat like 3 drinks in the time it takes to drink 1. So it's sad coming back to this file where I don't have that, or this armor set where I don't have that.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, I fucked up.
Hey Toby Karachi, how's it going?
Oh. Okay, I think that slash thing might be a critical hit.
Oh yeah, is it red?
Yeah, it's like a reddish, like
yes,
purple.
Toby can actually.
I've gotten it like 5 times this fight. So
yeah,
I think that this hammer I made has the ability.
It's called affinity. It's the affinity stat. Do you see see this? There's a stat called affinity.
Yeah.
That's a critical hit. If it's purple, that's a negative critical hit. Like I was talking to you about it last time actually, because
right.
Yeah. So like weapons like creatures like Toby, Kadachi, or Nargacuga who are like sharp at that, where weapons like Devil Joe or Devil Joe or Tigrex, so they're blunt. So they have the opposite, where they'll do negative critical hits that do less damage. But yeah, that's what it looks like. So yeah. I love how what's up?
Sorry, I was reading chat. Instant teleportation plus ignoring enemy attacks is pretty powerful. Like, yeah, he uses it well, but I wouldn't ever say it isn't powerful. Well, I think the idea is that the drawback to the quirk is so absolutely massive that, like, oh my god, I'm just gonna let him take me across the map really quickly.
Wait, did he grab you and fly away?
No, I jumped on him and he started flying away as I mounted him.
Monster is good. But I don't know, it's kind of like saying Luffy has a really strong fruit when it's like, if you saw when he was 7, he literally like couldn't do shit with it.
God, that was so cool to see. I loved seeing that, like, he had to get, like, even just like his most basic attack, the amount of strength he needed to actually pull it off.
Yeah, like,
it was so cool.
Yes. And like, I think it's pretty much like, because Otis talked about in the SBS how like that have like better versions basically. Like I do think like Miss Valentine has a weight fruit, but Macvice can be even heavier, you know? Like, I mean, I still think, like he can't be lighter. He only seems like he can get heavier. So it's like, there's still, like, things that Valentine... Like, I feel like that's an aspect that's really cool with Devil Fruits, where it's, no fruit is, like, completely rendered, like a completely worse version that, like, even if it is, like, you know, less, like, powerful in some ways, like, there's still... like, Valentine can still do things that Macvice can't, you know? Right. Even though they do have, like, even though Oda has literally said that, yeah, Macvice is basically like a better version of her powers, you know? But, and I'm pretty sure, like, the obvious intent is that Katakuri is the same thing with Luffy. But at the same time, Luffy can do things Katakuri can't, like the gears. Right,
like, Katakuri probably isn't, fucking invincible to, thunder or lightning.
Right. You know? So it's like, yeah, even though, like, Katakuri... Like, he literally, like, had just met Luffy, and it's like, oh, yeah, like, because he fights with a fucking trident, you know? Like... That's his fighting style, but like he's still able to match Luffy in just the physical thing, just because like A, he's really strong, and B, like his fruit is versatile enough that he could like literally just like, oh yeah, Gauntlet, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna grow more arms, you know, Elephant Gun, yeah, I'm gonna do that too, why not? Like he's just like completely like, because his fruit is quote unquote better than Luffy's, but like Luffy still is like, yeah, again, able to do creative stuff with it, like. Yeah, his fruit is less powerful, but like, and so go back like, to Mira, like, yeah, his ability is less powerful. You know, I don't think potential necessarily like, you know, negates the fact that it's not that powerful in the first place. You know, just because it does have high potential when he does use it right. But like we're just introduced to this character at the point where he's already using it right. Like if we saw him as a useless fuck up, he would have been a useless fuck up, you know, until he got good. So.
Right. Like, I know, yeah, like, you're right that, like, being able to ignore every single enemy attack thrown at him is powerful regardless of skill, and even if you're trash at using the quirk, just falling through the floor and popping yourself towards someone far away makes you instant out any dangerous situation. Like, if you remember when they were talking about, like, the falling through the floor and the shit, like, he can't see, he can't breathe, he has no idea where he's going. He had to practice so hard to get to the point where, like, he can go through the floor and pop out where he wants to.
You do your
like, I don't think you can say...
Where you hit him in the head. Well, he's sleeping,
coming,
so go into his head when you can. But anyway, yeah.
All right. That, like, I don't think it's easy to just say, like, yeah, like, you know, it's powerful because it has these good uses when even those uses took so much, like, practice and, like, skill to implement.
Yeah.
Okay, where's his head?
Over here.
Yeah. Okay, let's hope I judge this distance right.
Yeah, I want you to get more practice with that too, so. Yeah! Nice. That was perfect.
Fighting Rathwolf puts us pretty close to the end of high rank, right? Or low rank, right?
Yes, we're getting there. I think, like, we have, like, Diablos is high rank, Odegaron. Like, honestly, that's mostly like like once you finish the Zora Magdaros thing and do these like 2 quests, Zora Magdaros is the end of the low rank. So if you want to grind out that,
I know I said I was gonna do a lot of grinding in between, but I was not able to because I was busy and just had. Before we do the next stream, whenever it is, especially if we don't do one next week, I definitely want to grind out to a point where I can like we can just start the next stream and just finish low rank. Like I'll do all the
even maybe do the Zora Magdaros search stuff where you get all of his.
Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'm going to do all of the all the optional quests I have.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Because then we could do Diablos and then finish up low ranks. So if we don't do Diablos tonight.
I think we have time to do Diablos. Because it's what, 11:22? Yeah, we have time to do Diablos.
Fly my son. Okay, yes. I'm sorry. I like knew what I was gonna do, so I.
No, I like when you can. Yeah, I like that I can like hit him out of it. But... Oh shit! What the fuck's going on? Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, he's caught up in it.
Yeah. And so are you.
Oh, I want to get caught up in it too.
He died!
Wait, that kills you?
I don't know. It's not. I've never seen that before.
Oh, no, that doesn't kill me, but he died from that. That's so cool.
How did he die? Did he just take it up?
He hit the ground.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think he hit the ground and died. That's so cool.
That's amazing.
That is really good. What's my favorite rivalry in anime or manga? Oh my god.
So okay.
That's really hard.
I mean, I'm gonna answer. I think I would say like Naruto and Sasuke is really good, but also up there is Joe and Rikishi. But you haven't read Ashita Joe yet, so.
No, so whenever anyone asks me a question like this, it might be wrong because like there are times like my favorite fights. Some of those weren't from the manga. My 4x4. I always just go to my 4x4. Okay, so I think one of my favorite rival characters. Well, I think it's hard to judge between a rival and a friend because sometimes like Nikaido's a weird one for me because he is Rei's rival, but I would say that like they have more of just like their best friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also like I mean when you mention character specific thing, people are thinking about the Vegeta,
right?
Like so and I like is
Nikaido
that? So yeah, I'm not sure if I'd say even though they are rivals.
Right. So I know friendly rivals are a thing. But, like, I think there's a difference between people who are more rivals and there are people who are more friends, right? Like, at the end of the day, Nikaido's role in Threegatsu isn't as a rival. It's as Rei's best friend.
Right, because that's the thing. He's barely even a rival. Like, Rei's just too good, so...
Right, he's only a rival because Nikaido screams...
He wants to be that.
We're rivals.
He isn't, right, yeah. Like,
right.
They're not pushing each other forward. Or in that way.
Yeah, like it's more that they support each other as opposed to challenging each other. It might be okay. Oh, what's his name? The guy who's like the gifted, super talented guy in Bakuman.
Oh,
what's his name?
He's Eiji, right? Eiji.
Yeah, Eiji. It might be him. It's hard because there's also like a Nippo character that I really like, but is also like they're definitely rivals, but he's not Ippo's main rival.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, I'm gonna go with either Eiji from
Barakamon.
Okay, I'm gonna go with 3. So either Eiji from Barakamon or Bakuman. Sorry, Bakuman. Moten from Kingdom.
I didn't forget them, but I'm also not as far as you, so.
And my third one would be Kinma from Haikyuu. How to rank Nijima from Bakuman in the friend rival scale? I'd say he's more a rival than a friend.
Yeah.
I would say there are other ones of them are more friends. Like the guy who's okay, he's like my favorite character.
Is he the motorcycle guy, with the bandana?
Yeah. I'm glad you know.
I love I immediately like, well.
It's the good delinquent boy who wants to make delinquent manga more than anything. He's a hero. He's doing God's work.
You're true. Delinquent manga is dead. Have you ever read?
You don't think of Moten being a rival to her?
What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Or you talking reading chat?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I count him as a rival. Like him and I guess maybe Ohan's more of a rival than Moten is. That's fair, Tiller. And then the third one, and then I said Kinma from IQ. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I forgot. I was gonna go back to. So yeah, the should I need to watch for the Ava video? So like we're already at over 300 episodes. So I also need to watch Space Runaway Ideon, 39 episodes. Nadia, The Blue Water, 39 episodes. Macross, 36 episodes. The Gridman, 39 episodes. SSSS Gridman, 12 episodes. Razafon, and I want to watch Razafon and Boku no Zamdo because those are the so they're both 26 episodes each.
What really quickly, what is Diabolos weak to? Because I'm probably just gonna go with fire because my
Diabolos is weak to ice. So yeah, I just go with, I think he's immune to fire. And
if he's immune, I should probably change then. Because the problem is my fire hammer is like 824 right now, and then my next best hammer is like a 713.
Yeah, he's immune to fire, and he has 1 to start a thunder. So
okay, so I'll just go with the Kulu Beak I made. Yeah, I made a high Kulu Beak that I used for Rathalos, so I'll just use that.
So it's actually got like a stronger raw, basically, or
it's not stronger than either of my fire hammers.
Okay,
but it's it doesn't have elementals, so and it has high affinity.
Look, if elemental is useless, pick the highest raw. Because
well then that's my blade because I have 2 rarity 4 weapons. It's an 832 and a 728.
Okay, and what elements do they have?
The 832 is fire element, and then the 728 is no element. It's raw.
The fire hammer is still better because the raw is better.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Because even if you remove the element, it's still a better hammer, right?
Okay, I thought that it was like if they were immune, it was like part of the damage was taken away.
The raw damage and the elemental damage are separate for a reason, basically.
Oh, they're added, they're not multiplied?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't know exactly how the damage is multiplied, but I'm pretty sure, like, use the best raw, if you can, you know. It does factor in, like, because, like, you'll notice some weapons have, like, a trade-off. Like, if you have 2 fire hammers, like, one is going to have a higher and one is going to have a higher raw. Well, that matters because of, like, monster weakness. Because, so, like, a common one is, like, in Generations Ultimate, Shogun Sianatar. His raw damage weakness is his face, but his biggest elemental damage weakness is actually his claws for fire. So it's like, if you have higher elemental, like, you basically want to go for both, but, if you're using a gun, you're doing pure elemental damage, so you only want to aim for the elemental, pretty much.
That's cool, yeah.
So, yeah, just, knowing the monster, and again, honestly, like, you have to watch it, so.
Oh, okay. Let me eat then. Yeah, because you get because I had gotten the introduction cutscene for Rathalos and quit out.
Yes, but the others you haven't yet because you haven't done the quest, so, right, So yeah, I haven't counted the episodes I need to watch, but it's like easily over 500, 600.
Yeah, so then here's what you do next. I was gonna tell you this. You make a sequel video that's the influences or
oh no,
not the influences, influenced by Ava. Where you just watch every anime after 19 whatever or it's 90s, right?
Yeah.
You watch every anime after Ava came out and just be like, yeah, look at all these things that have Ava.
So basically completely contradict myself.
Right.
And do what Digi already did. Because that's kind of what his video is.
Okay, I'm going to start this and quit out because I have some things I should have done. So, because I have like no potions because I forgot to reset my items. So
I'll
start this, quit out, and then restart it. Well, the problem is I ate.
You can.
Oh, you're right. I can grab them from
your tent.
Camp. Yeah.
I think
I forgot you can get the full item box from there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to say, so because you've read, obviously, Bakuman. Have you read? So, you remember what's it called? It's like Otter 11 or whatever.
Yes.
Did you know that there is a
one shot?
A one shot?
Yes,
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so good. God, Bakuman's really, really good.
I need to reread it. I haven't because here's the thing. I haven't. So it's been a while.
I think it's a manga that I feel the same way about Shirobako, and like they're both on my favorites for a reason. I think Bakuman. First of all, I think if you watch the Bakuman anime, you're ridiculous.
But you don't like Shonen Jump? or whatever they call it.
Yeah, it's not even just that. It's like, why would I? It's like I wouldn't say to read a Shirobako manga, like,
Yeah,
like if why would I watch an anime about making manga or read a manga about making anime? Like, obviously those are going to be best in the mediums that they're talking about. But I think if you're interested in manga, you should just read Bakuman because it's so good. Especially if you're interested in Jump because it gives so much like context. I think.
Yeah, no, it's helpful and interesting.
Yeah. Very cool. Oh.
I wish it wasn't fucking summer. It's too fucking hot for anything.
Yeah, I'm glad for it to start cooling down. You like to read it eventually, Tiller? I think you would really like it. It's not even that long too. I think it's like 20 volumes.
No, it's only 20 volumes. It's fairly decent, average,
Considering, yeah, and I think it goes by really fast because, well, like, it's so cool because like I actually think that like some of the manga that they make in universe, like, I remember because like me and a friend read it and we were talking like the entire time. It's like I wish that these manga they were making in universe were real,
right?
Because like a lot of them are like so interesting. And then there's the best boy who he just wants to make delinquent manga where people punch and fight with their fists because that's the coolest thing. And if that's not like, oh my god, he's so right. Oh my god, I love him.
I was gonna ask, have you read Rokudenashi Blue?
From what I heard, it doesn't have full scans, so
No,
I haven't.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay.
It's the same reason I haven't read Baki. I don't want to read things that don't have full scans.
Fair. Well, Baki is especially awkward because it's got like several different series and like all of them are partially translated and so you can't.
And it's like
you can't finish the first series of Baki. Like,
yeah, the way everyone says to do it is you watch the anime and then like the one part of the first Baki series that isn't translated is apparently not important because it's just this side tournament arc. But like, I don't want to skip a part of it, even if it's not important.
And then again, and like even if it's not important, what does it do on its own merits? Saying like, I don't care. Let's just give it to me. Give it to me. Let me pour it into my face. I'd rather read the whole thing too, like because it annoys me. Like, because I don't know if they've gone back. Like I mentioned with the Love Lab, it's like the manga, keeps going after the anime ends, but like they skipped some of the stuff that was adapted because it was already adapted. You already watched it, so it's.
Yeah, and like, because there are a lot of people who like when they start reading a manga, they just start from where the anime ended. But like, I like to start from the beginning because the manga is a separate thing.
Yeah, and there's like I'm trying to think of like. I know there's series that like because I'm trying to think of ones that like where literally like basically nothing changes, but even then and I'm struggling like.
I mean, like, there are times where they do, like, panel for... But even then, I think it's, like, it's a different, experience. And it's, like... I guess that's the difference between people who read the manga to read the manga and people who read the manga in service of watching the anime, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta find this guy. No idea where he is.
I know, but I'm not gonna tell you, because he's gonna be big and scary.
Yeah, I know he's gonna pop out because that's how it always happens with these big ones. They like pop out and it's the scariest shit. So. Oh, okay. Well, I ended up at the camp on accident. So Borderlands 3 is good, Tiller. I saw some people complaining about some stuff.
I didn't even like 2, so whatever.
I have tried to play them and I just can't really get into them. But I heard that apparently it has like always online DRM, and that people are really mad about it.
Like where it's like someone couldn't even stream it because they literally have to keep like 2 megabytes upload constantly of DRM. It's like or download or something. Yeah. That seems ridiculous.
And that's I mean that's a little ridiculous, but and there are people who hate it because they hate Randy Pitchford. And then there's the people who just hate any Western game. So since it's not made by Japanese people, it's terrible. But 23 hours in it already. Jesus Christ. The game literally has been out for almost 24 hours. No, a little over. I mean, technically it came out today, but you got it at 5 yesterday because it's on PC. So it's been out for 30 hours, and you have 23 in it.
Jesus Christ.
That's ridiculous. Oh wait, no. That's a little ridiculous. That's a lie. Yeah, that means in the last 31 hours, you spent 7 hours sleeping, and all the other time was spent playing it. Where is this man? I literally can't even find tracks. This is annoying.
Where are you looking?
In like the swamp area, because that's where I found some original.
Not where he is.
Oh, well then why the fuck were his tracks in the swamp? What the hell? Alright. I'm leaving the swamp then. Like, I literally walked into the swamp and immediately found like 3 tracks, so I just assumed he was in the swamp.
Oh, yeah. That's weird. Yeah, I guess they just placed tracks randomly.
Okay, I'll go to the big sand dune then, because I assume that's where it'll be.
You've seen Diablos before, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like, with some of these Monster Hunter monsters, I literally have no clue.
Gotcha.
Like, I know the ones I remember, like Nargacuga, Royal Ludroth, Rathian.
You might not, if you didn't get to Rathalos, you probably Diablos either. So.
Okay, then yeah.
But he's also been around since literally the first game, so,
Maybe I've seen a picture of him, but I don't think I've ever fought him.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Were people complaining about other than the online shit? I saw some people saying the game just, like, looked like a mess, and then, obviously, people complain about the writing, like always. There's a Rick and Morty shotgun, so people were complaining about that.
See, okay, you know, have I mentioned
respectable things?
People being annoyed at Rick and Morty makes me laugh. Like, I don't even care. Like Pickle Rick. Like, I never like disliked it, but seeing people getting like really mad about it or like made me like Pickle Rick more. Like, calm down, you whiny babies. Like,
I mean, I get why people complain about it, because I think it's
absolutely.
like there's this idea that like when things are really popular and it's like you think that they're like bad, then it's like, you know, I understand being like, yeah, this sucks, and everyone is like all about. Oh, I think I found him. No, this is for another. Why are you taking me to another monster when I'm?
Did you actually pick?
It's trying to take me to some other monster. I picked up the scent of something else.
You're stupid.
I've seen like a season of Rick and Morty, and I was.
Oh, real quick, actually, go to your menu or your map, and on the bottom left corner, you should see like the monsters that are in the area. If you hit R3, the glowflies will center onto the one that you're looking for. So if you center on the question mark, or at least uncenter on from whatever then that way your glowflies won't get confused and latch onto another.
I've seen Moxie. She's hot. Tiller, send me her model. I'm curious now. Oh, I think I found him. Okay, I'm watching the cutscene now. Wait, no. Maybe this isn't... No, this should be it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean... I just didn't like Rick and Morty. It just wasn't my thing. It was too, It was... Oh, I've seen this guy before, I think. Yeah, he's a big, scary monster. I felt like Rick and Morty was too much of like the life sucks, so why care mentality. Which I have in real life, so I don't want my media to tell me that. I want them to tell me the opposite.
I mean, I definitely think like that's part of the conflict, but I don't think that's like the point. So
yeah, I don't know. I just like it was like the show was like too big into that, and I was just like, I don't.
That's
really,
fair.
I'm not enjoying this. It felt like the show was too much like almost trying to like almost just like I don't know. It's hard to explain. It just like wasn't my thing.
How much did you watch?
Oh, the monster I thought was... I think I only saw the first season. Oh my god, wait. The monster I thought we were fighting wasn't the monster we were fighting. Oh no, this is a big scary boy. Holy shit. Chiller, what do you think of this armor? It has a big cape. I love it.
So you watching the cutscene?
Yeah. It's a long cutscene.
Let me know when it's up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm waiting, so maybe I'll find out first, but it's...
It is a really long cutscene. I still haven't even seen him. I only saw him come out of the... Oh, there he is. Oh, look at him. Oh my goodness. He's scary.
He's a herbivore. Don't worry. He just eats cacti and fucking...
Yeah, he's an herbivore.
Like...
He's cool, though. Okay, I'm out of the cutscene
Yes, I can join. I'm coming in. I'm coming to save you. Oh, I don't need saving, and then like saving.
Holy shit, he did so much damage to me. Alright, I need to off-stream grind some. I got the ability to upgrade my armor more, so now I can upgrade it to level 8.
So yeah, also I just realized, so like I need to watch like 600 episodes. So if I watch 2 episodes a day, I can finish in a year. Like,
right.
Ava video is not coming out next year.
And I mean, I'm sure there are going to be some series where you start it and you get really into it, you know?
Yeah.
And then you watch it really fast, and others that are going to be like a chore to sit through and you're...
Yeah. So it's like, and I want to be watching like all this other shonen stuff. Like I want to watch Gintama at some point, and that's another 300.
Right.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Carve the bear off? Well, if I do that, Diabolos is going to kill me.
Yeah, he does a fair bit of damage. He's a big old...
Okay, he hits like a fucking truck.
Yeah. No, he's basically a truck.
Okay. I was trying to carve it, and there were like 8 things underneath. So it was like I ended up eating those instead.
Oh
no, my Palico died.
Did the Barath get killed by the Diablos?
Yeah, it's in like the cutscene. There's like a Barath, and that's what I thought Diabolos was at first. That's why I said, oh, I've seen this guy. And then Diabolos comes out of the ground and just like eats him in one bite and kills him. It's like, okay.
How did you think Barath was Diablos? We fought him in this game.
I know, we fought him earlier in this stream.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that tweet is
I mean, you have the image.
The am I stupid? Yeah.
It was just like, you had said that like I'd probably seen him before, and so like in my head it was like, okay, here's a cutscene, here's a monster, and like in the cutscene, like the Barath comes up and like the player character like hides for a second.
Yeah.
So in my head it was like, okay, well here's the thing I haven't seen, or here's something I recognize and the character's hiding from it, so that means this is it. You have iframes on your roll on Monster Hunter, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wanted to make sure.
Hello, Diablo.
I hope I can do a Dark Souls 2 and get more iframes.
You can with the evasion skill, actually.
Oh. Well, at least that's not as bad as... Yeah, I'm going to level up, so let me... Like, I hate adaptability in Dark Souls 2. I actually think it's like one of the worst parts of that game. Like, the fact that you get more iframes for leveling up a skill means that no matter what build you're doing, you have to level up that skill.
No,
you know?
it's bad.
Which is... Do you think you'll play Cyberpunk when it comes out?
No, probably not.
So that is the game I had a dream about that game last week.
Whoa.
And I never get so excited for things that like I have a dream about.
That's pretty insane, yeah.
Like I literally had a dream about that game because I'm really excited for it. And like it was funny because I had a dream about it, and then I went to my buddy's house. Who's like my buddy's pretty normie, but like he watches E3 every year just because he likes seeing the games, even if he's not going to play most of them. But Cyberpunk, he's really excited for it. So then like I had a dream about it. The next day I go over to his house and we watched like a Cyberpunk gameplay thing from Gamescom.
Okay, yeah.
Because like he's part of the reason I think I'm as excited as I am. Because like we talk about the game all the time and like how excited we are for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like when he's also really excited for it,
it makes you more
excited.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh right, he goes underground. Why didn't I move?
But yeah, because I was looking through like all the games coming out like next like 6 months. And I think that's the game I'm like the most excited for out of everything. Which is saying something because there's an Animal Crossing game coming out.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know it was that soon. Right.
Yeah, it's April. So I guess not 6 months. It's a little bit longer, but I guess 9 months. But I always feel like the time period from like October to like December is always like super fast. Because it's just always so busy at the end of the year.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Holy shit. Diablos, no. But it's weird because I'll watch stuff for Cyberpunk, but like Death Stranding is coming out, and I did not watch the Gamescom thing for it. Because there's like a long Gamescom
like
thing, and I was just like,
or less than an hour long.
yeah, and like at this point, it's like I know I'm buying that game, and it's coming out so soon, and it's like that game feels like one of those ones where it's gonna be like really linear, and it's like I don't want to like spoil myself, but like with like Cyberpunk, it's like the game's gonna be so big and open ended in how you play it. I feel like I won't spoil the experience by watching a gameplay demo, you know?
Yeah.
Because I got burned by that kind of recently because I'm so mad about it. So that Spider-Man game that came out last year, right?
Oh yeah.
I want to talk about this before. One of the E3 like demos that they did. I'm gonna stream Death Stranding. Don't worry about that, Namanji. I'm excited to stream that game because it's gonna be a mess. I need to cook, so I need to 1 second. I need to hope I can remember how to use the barbecue spit.
As long as you can hear the music, you're good. I can hear it on your mic.
Oh wait, I overcooked it. What button do I press to grab it off?
I don't actually remember. I'd assume X or circle.
Okay, it's circle. Okay, that's what I was trying to do square because that was the button was the first. Okay, I can get it this time. Oh yeah, I got it. Okay. I had to turn. I have my volume really low, so my mic doesn't pick it up. But I had to turn it up so I could make sure I got that. Okay. Let me get this world on steak. Sorry, I was out of ration. I've been out of rations for a long time, actually. So I had to.
No, it's fine.
How am I supposed to get down there? I gotta find like the big hole in the sand. Dude.
It was also.
Can you say he still doesn't know what the game is? Makes me nuts. Yeah, look, that game's ridiculous. But it's like I don't know. I feel like the experience is because like okay, I was gonna say with the Spider-Man game. One of the E3 gameplay demos, they showed a level that like you think is like early on because it's like a big plot level. So like because of that, right? You'd be like, oh yeah, this is pretty early on, and it takes place like it's the end of Act 2.
Oh shit! So it's like towards the end of the fucking game, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it happened, and then you go into like the final boss.
Oh wait, was it the prison break thing?
Yeah, that's the end of Act 2 of the game. And like. I was really bad playing through the game because I was like, this whole like big moment towards the end of the game got spoiled for me. You know?
I didn't know that. Yeah, that's.
And so it was like, it was just really ridiculous because like when I was playing through, I was like, there's so many other like you could have just shown the first level. You know, that would have been better to show. But so like with Death Stranding, because that game's gonna be way more linear, I don't want to watch anything else. Like, I want to see it as it. And yeah, Tiller, I agree that the fact that Kojima said he still doesn't know what the game is that's why I'm so excited for it, though, because I know that game's going to be a shit show. So I think it's going to be, like, I think it's going to be, like, the most interesting game of this season.
See, I thought you were, like, excited with it because you thought it might be good, but nah.
I think it's going to be, like, a Star Wars prequel situation where, like...
where it's, like, actually got, like, some things going on, but it's all... So...
Where it's... Yeah, well, where it's like, because like, you know, in the original draft for Star Wars, George Lucas wanted to make Han Solo a lizard man. And because it wasn't known it was going to succeed, you know, he had studios telling him, hey, shut the fuck up, don't make Han Solo a lizard man, you know? But then when he started to go to the prequels, he didn't have that person behind him saying, hey, don't do this, you know?
Right. Oh, like, that reminds me of who did the Saranzanma, the cop, and it's like he's doing shit with like there's apparently butt stuff in Kendama, like, because, you know, Kendama is like, there's supposed to be a gem in your butt that a certain yokai tries to steal or something. I think it's, like in Sekiro, if you get killed by the headless guy, he sticks a hand up your butt and steals your kendama.
Right.
So it's like, so basically, and I think there was from an interview where it's like, basically no one stopped the director from doing this because, you know, he's Ikuhara, like, the only reason he stopped me, like, he said something like that, and it's fucking funny. I haven't even watched the show, but like, just the idea like he's a big pro. He must know what he's doing. So yeah, Kojima. So now Kojima is like he's Kojima. He did Metal. Whoa! I had a decent amount of health.
Oh no.
But anyway, like I said, it's Kojima. You know, he's Metal Gear. You know, he did a fucking big franchise. So no one's gonna stop him from putting butt stuff in.
Not just that, he has his own. You know, well, I mean, his butt stuff is you pee as Norman Reedus. But yeah, well, no, I think it's like, well, that man just has a peeing fetish because people pee their pants in every game he makes. Like, he either thinks pee is funny or he's into it. I don't know. It's one of the two. But it's like I think when he had Metal Gear, he had Konami, which people don't like. But you know, they were telling him, hey, maybe tone this down a little bit and make a game that people will be able to, you know, understand something. And I think with Death Stranding, it's going to be a case of Sony. Well, because first of all, the studio is because you're production, right? It's his own studio. Yeah. And I think Sony are just going to be like.
You know, you have famous people in it, just do whatever, dude. Like, that, you know, more hands off with you.
Yeah, like, they're just like, yeah, like, it's you, Guillermo del Toro, you know. He has all these, famous people he's got in it, and Sony's not going to fucking stop it. So it's just going to be his, like, actual, it's going to be his vision, I think, completely. Yeah. Which is interesting, because he won't have had that person telling him no. So it'll be his vision. But that's also terrifying because I think the game is going to be incomprehensible.
And Koji's fucking nuts, yeah. Because that's one I'm kind of interesting. Like, I want to see the person who understands it, like, break it down. Because, like, I like the analysis.
Yeah.
Especially for the stuff that people have trouble, like, getting, you know.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's going to be one of those things where there's a million YouTube videos after the game comes out. You know, explaining the ending of Death Stranding.
Right? Oh my god, you're
But, like,
I hadn't thought about
the
that.
difference is Death Stranding's gonna need it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna hit you. Oh, I did.
Like, you know, people do those for, like, Bioshock Infinite and, like, Undertale, and those games don't. Those games are really easy to understand. People just like to turn their brain off when they play games, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, when things are, like, not completely blatantly shown to the player, you know? Like, if they're in, like, audio logs or kind of half said and you have to infer it, a lot of people won't.
Yeah, yeah, and because like whenever I search something, I feel like ending explained is like really popular in the search bar because it almost always shows up, even though I'm like, how did you not get it? Oh, do you see that guy?
Yeah.
Catch him.
Oh, okay. Is that the cactus from Final
Fantasy?
Fantasy?
It is. That's exactly what it is. Holy shit, fast. I love how we're just like completely just, like Diablo's. He's gonna be there.
I lost him. He's gone.
He's fucking that was fun.
What happens if you catch him?
You just get points, and it counts that you catch. Well, so do you know why he's in this game? Because
no.
There's a was a free DLC update for the Behemoth, who's actually like a boss monster you fight in the game, and he actually has like
that's
Final
a summon,
Fantasy.
right?
Yeah, he's a boss in some other games too. And you hunt him like you hunt a monster. And
that's cool.
Yeah, so there's a whole like Final Fantasy theme, and yeah, you fight a giant Kuliaku and who's holding a crystal from Final Fantasy. And,
oh, so he's a chocobo, right? Or
yeah,
I don't know.
I think that's the idea.
I'm not too smart on Final Fantasy. I've only almost finished one.
That's more than I've half played, so, but yeah, so yeah, and then there's like because there's a Witcher. There's also one for the Witcher.
I think that's really cool. I hope they do more of those because I feel like Capcom are people who are in a position to be able to do it.
Yeah, well, like because like I told you, they've done a lot of crossovers and stuff. Like you know, there's Kingdom stuff in Generations Ultimate and Fairy Tail and stuff like that. And in this game also, you know, like they have like the Mega Man and Dante, you know, cat armor stuff. So it's like they've always had all the crossovers.
I have never wanted to play this game more before I actually started playing it than when I saw that the 8-bit Mega Man Palico you could have.
Yeah.
Oh wait, shit! I don't want to do this. Get me off. Yeah, so I don't know. I think like it is weird how many videos there are that are just like ending explained, especially for stuff that like I feel like doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, your Clutch Claw becomes a Devil Bringer? Oh my god.
What? Okay, that's from... Okay, that's interesting.
That's DMC. That's so cool. Oh my god. Oh my god, I fucking love Devil Bringer. But, yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting, like, what... Because, like, there are some times where it's, like, I feel like there are things that, like, might... Like, there are some things that I think, like, are really nice to have explained. Like, so I haven't played PT because, you know, it's not on the store, and while it was on the PS Store, I didn't have a PlayStation 4.
Uh-huh.
But, like, I like watching, like, analysis videos on that, because not only have I not played the game, everything in it is so cryptic that, like...
Okay.
When people are able to lay it all out, it's nice, right? To see it all laid out in a digestible manner. But then, like, I think sometimes when it's just, like, taking things that are, like, said very clearly and putting them in order, it's like, all right, this doesn't necessarily need to exist.
Yeah, it doesn't add, the analysis doesn't, examination doesn't add anything, right? Yeah, you couldn't just get by just experiencing it yourself.
Yeah. Well, like, and the other thing that's interesting about Death Stranding is, so Kojima said that, like, all of his stories are, like, autobiographical. Like, the entirety of Metal Gear, the series. Oh shit, no, oh fuck. Oh, I just saw a cactus and it's right. Okay. He said, like, the entirety of Metal Gear was made as a way for him to deal with his dad's death.
Okay.
And then, like, I saw this really cool analysis video about Silent Hills and how that was potentially about his breakup with Konami. Because, like, at the time it was like the game, like, the trailer was made. It was basically saying Kojima knows that Silent Hills isn't going to get made. He knows he's leaving Konami. Like, he knows they're firing him.
Yeah.
So this is his way of, like, getting his...
Coping with that.
Yeah. And kind of, yeah, just, like, his way of... Yeah. So I'm interested to see what Death Stranding... Because, like, he's told us what the theme of the game is already. But that's, like, all we really know.
Okay.
Because, like, we know that the theme is, like, something about, like, strands that hold people together and, like, basically, like, the ties that hold people together.
Okay.
And that's, like, what, like, everything implies.
Gotcha. Or that's what the title's kind of referring to? Well, because there's also death.
Yeah, it's
well,
like...
death is the absolute, you know, so...
Well, it's like, there's, like... He describes it as, like, there are, like, strands between people or something. Yeah, because he calls it... It's not an action game. It's a new type of game. It's a strand game, because he's ridiculous. Like, he described in, like, a thing, an interview or something, about the strands being basically, like... He basically described it as, like, the ties that hold people together. Mm-hmm. And so the game is about that. But then it's also just, like, you're a package deliverer. Like, that's all you're doing. So it's...
Okay, so you're the one connecting people, basically.
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know. It's...
Yeah, obviously we're gonna wait for the game for context, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, because I fucking... So I saw it was, I guess, a new... something written by Hideaki Anno, because I just happened to see it and I saved it because I'm obviously about to do a bunch of Anno-related stuff. And it was interesting because it's like, he was basically talking about how his dad, I don't know if he, yeah, I think he didn't have legs. And like he was talking a bit about his relationship with his dad. And like, it was apparently like at one point his dad said something, he doesn't remember exactly what it, but he said something like I wish you didn't exist or something like that to Anno. But at the same time, so like, it's suddenly like the father-son relationship and it makes more sense.
Right.
You know? But then there was also something he said where it's like he was talking about how he can't love anything perfect. Like he was talking, he likes this one scene in I'm gonna lay a trap and or do you want to hammer him? Because we could also catch him.
Oh no, I'm gonna hit the big hit. I like doing that.
That's fair. All right, so because like there was a scene in I think Tetsuya 28. I think that's the one. I might be wrong, but like where the main character's arm falls off, and he really likes that scene. Like, he just like he can't write anything perfect. Like he like his dad has affected him in that way because like he doesn't like to because his dad is someone who is he's broke. He's not all together. He's not perfect. So it's like, and I got teary-eyed reading it just thinking about it because it's like I don't know. It was interesting because like he also mentions like part of the reason he like Abel, every character they're imperfect in the head. They're all like because he doesn't like that. So I don't know. That was it was an interesting read. I might so.
I think that's what's interesting is like when you follow a creator super hard.
Yeah.
And you like you get to the point where it's like when you can tell as much about them from their work is like, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's always really interesting and really cool.
Yes, like as I think I mentioned, like how like I cried over Rave Master and Fairy Tail when the characters had these like super, like they met their parent figure who they like hadn't known in years, and then that parent figure dies or fully passes basically, and then they have this like they cope with that, like they cry over it, and it's like, and Mashima himself lost his father at a really young age, so seeing him deal with these father characters in his work like that, like having these main characters be really vulnerable and stuff, like that got to me. Like just having the like not for, I wasn't crying for like getting sad for the characters, I was thinking about the author, and that's not a reaction I have normally. So it was definitely interesting. Like it's cool when the author put themselves. Oh, he's gonna come back out in progress.
Yeah, I might try to actually like watch a bunch of stuff and like read a bunch of interviews and learn as much as I can about Kojima. Before, I also was thinking about wanting to replay the Metal Gear Solid games before that, just to try to get like a better grip, because I feel like to understand Death Stranding, you're gonna have to understand Kojima, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So like, I almost want to do somewhat kind of like what you're doing with but just like, you know, playing some games before Death Stranding comes out, so I can like have this like base. I haven't played Police Knots, no. I played the Metal Gear Solid games in middle school, and I haven't played them since, and I didn't get to play 4 because I didn't have a PS3, so I had to watch YouTube videos of it.
I mean, apparently the game is mostly videos.
I mean, it's mostly cutscenes.
Yeah, no, that's literally everything I've heard about it since it came out. Also, Tails over here, I didn't realize it actually came off.
Yeah. It's sad, though, because you get a fucking pilot of Metal Gear, and it's like the only time you do it, and I didn't get to do it because I didn't fucking play that game. And it's like, that looks like the coolest shit in the fucking series, and I'm so mad about it.
That was our last time.
Yeah, I think so, because it's like 12 o'clock,
yeah.
So I do want to get to bed.
Yeah, alright. You have a cutscene to watch, though, but I think I will head out myself.
Alright.
So, you know, great hunting with you, as usual. We will, again...
Yeah, it was fun. I'll definitely grind before the next time we do it, and we'll end... We might have low rank next time.
We're gonna have another One Piece to talk about next time.
Oh my god, we will, and it'll be a big chapter, too.
Ooh, because it'll be... Because, I mean, last
chapter that was like this was when we saw Blackbeard.
Yes, and so we had Moria, we had Abs dying, like holy shit. We're at the point where like named characters can die off screen, like that's just no Absalom. But and yeah, and then of course the bounty reveal, and then we got back to Wano pretty quick. So I don't know if we're gonna get back to Wano right away, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. Thanks for playing. Thanks for the hunt.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, catch you later.
Yeah, we gotta figure out when we're gonna go again.
I'll check my schedule. So yeah, see you later.
Yeah, see you later. All right, now it's just you and me, chat. Time to watch the viewers dip after Crafts left. Everyone's like, "Yeah, I was only here for him." Fuck you, Vindy. It is sad, Nanmanji. You're right. Okay, I'm gonna really quickly while people are here, go through. Okay. Oh no, don't leave yet. So I'm really quickly gonna go through what my stream schedule is probably gonna look like the next few days. So I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow because tomorrow's Saturday. I work. I might come home and stream. I might just come home and like lay in bed all day. We'll have to see. I'll definitely stream on my days off. So Sunday, Monday again, I'll stream. So you can expect that. Because tomorrow's Saturday, which is gonna be the busiest day for me, which means I'm probably gonna be happy with the day, but it also means I'm probably gonna be really tired at the end of it. So, yeah, I probably won't stream then. Then next week I'll stream maybe one time during the week. Next Saturday is my birthday and I turn 21, so I'm going out. But then the Sunday after that, I'm gonna do a 21-year-old stream. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna drink on stream because I finally can, because I'll be 21. Because like Twitch has this rule where like you can't do like illegal shit on stream, so you technically can't drink on stream if you're not of age. So that should be a fun stream. Don't give me that face. I'm not gonna die. You know, it'll be fun. I'll be playing games, hanging out, being a lunatic man. So yeah, that'll happen, and then I probably won't stream that next Monday. We'll have to see, but that's what I have going on. Stream wise, I want to just grab some of this shit really quickly before I forget. Yeah. But yeah. So that's what I have going on. If I stream tomorrow, I'll tweet it out. Oh, okay. Here's the other thing. So I finished. Part of the reason I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow, I finished my True Pacifist run in Undertale the other day. So I don't have a game to stream right now. I'd probably buy a new game and stream it. Like, I really, really want to stream. What do you call it? Fire Emblem. But I don't have Fire Emblem, and I can't buy it. So when I can buy Fire Emblem, I will definitely stream Fire Emblem. Because I'm kind of getting interested in playing that game. So, like, at some point, there will be a Fire Emblem stream. Insufficient funds? What the fuck do you mean? Do I actually not have money? Oh my god, I have no money. Holy shit. Let me sell some stuff. Do you not have money? Fuck. I gotta find stuff I can actually sell. None of this is gonna sell for anything, sad. But yeah, so what I was gonna say is I don't have a game to stream right now, and it's not like I'm gonna buy a new game or something to stream. So I'll make a poll soon that'll be basically I'm streaming a game. What game do y'all want me to stream? And I'll pick like 4 games, and y'all pick. So look out for that, and I'll do that before I stream again. I'll either do that tonight or I'll do it tomorrow at some point. And I'll just go through all the games I have that I could stream that I think would be entertaining. Because I think I've gotten lucky in the last few games I've tried to stream have been really good stream games. Like the last 2 games I did were Hat in Time and Undertale, both of which were really good games to stream. So I want to find something else that's good to stream. So I'm not sure. I'll probably look through. I think I'm going to want to try to start something new as opposed to like... Because like, I have games I'm in the middle of. Like I could do Digimon. I could do Night in the Woods. I could do... I could do Yakuza. But I think I'm going to pick something that I haven't... Like almost all of these are not going to be streamed because I haven't... I want to start something. I don't want to just like, okay, well, let me pick this up from where I am. You know what I mean? So I don't think I'm going to stream any of these. And then there are other games coming out in September that once I pick up, I probably will stream. Like, I want to do Dragon Quest XI. I want to stream that. I want to do Code Vein, but those aren't yet because those aren't out. So those will have to be, like, waited on. So... I don't know. It'll be weird. I'll look through. I'll make a poll. So look out for that. That should be coolio. And then, yeah, I'll see y'all